All right, and we're live. Hello, everyone. We are back. So if you may or may not have noticed, Syl and I kind of skipped a month, so we're happy to be back. And we have here ALANA, who is fiddling with her computer right now. I am Brittany, the Cosmic Lunar Soul, and as always, I have with me Syl from A Life Full of Simplicity. Hi, Syl.
Hi.
And then today we also have our guest, ALANA from, say your full YouTube name for me. I always feel like I'm missing
3 Degrees of Love Divination.
Okay, I always forget the love. I don't know how I do, but I do. So today we are talking about the Wisdom of the Pooh Tarot box set. This is by Serafina Mesa from Rue and Vervain. If you followed me and Syl on anything, you know that we love Serafina. We have her other decks, the Earth, Moon, and Shadow. So we're very excited to talk to you guys about this.
I forgot to mention, Tigger and Pooh are both here. They wanted to just make sure that, their presence are known. So
yes, we do have some side guests along with us. So this was created by Serafina and Angel Mesa and then illustrated by Kat L. Amsel. This started off as a Kickstarter, and I have the links in the description if you want to check it out. How much does the box set? I know the tarot deck retails for $82.
So the box set retails for $170 USD.
Okay, $170. All
yeah,
right,
and you get the gift box, the 2 decks, the full size, and the mini, plus the cloth and the bag in it.
Yes. The cloth was really pretty. Anyways, let's
the cloth and the bag, actually, both of them are gorgeous. Like, I was like,
yes.
Yeah.
So here is the box set. It's huge. I love it though. Like, look at that. And it looks like a little book. Sorry.
I know.
Yes.
Well, sort of looks like a book, but I love it.
It kind of looks like a book, yeah.
Yeah. So
Totally.
let's see if I can even manage this to hold up the entire thing. Okay, so it folds out, right? Folds out and then has this inside part here.
Yeah, that's the entire map of Acre Woods.
Yes.
So it shows, so it shows like all their locations for each and every character, like where their house would be, and like different things where they play, have picnics, and things like that. It's really cute. It's really cute. Kat did a great job with it. The quality is so nice. I actually was really impressed by the box, to be honest with you.
So
when I opened it, I was like, wow, like it feels nice too. It's like soft. I'm pretty sure the box is a linen. It feels like linen, but it feels like a soft linen, which is really
nice.
It's got like a rose petally sort of finish to the linen a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel
a weird texture to place. It's like a combo of a few things, but I really like the combination of it.
But it's like something I can't stop touching. Like when I was like doing my video, I was like, "Oh my god, it's so soft!" I was like constantly trying to like touch it.
Well,
it's, like,
my
so
inner
nice.
children went nuts. Like when the box came, and then I finally opened the big thing, and I looked at, I was like, "Okay, wait, what?" Because I thought I was just getting the deck. I was like. And it was so huge. Like I literally, like I think I said this in my video, I had to take a moment. My piggies and we had to take a moment, and we actually hugged the entire thing and just sat there and just it was a good feeling.
And well, so I guess a question for you guys, because I tend to get like limited edition FOMO, so I tend to get box sets a lot. Have you gotten box sets before?
No, I haven't.
This is your interest in box sets?
Mainly because I can't afford I can't afford them.
Yes,
Like, this
shipping
is
to
like
Canada is
two.
insane.
I think retail value in Canadian dollars is like almost $250.
Yeah.
So it's quite expensive. So no, I typically don't get box sets. I would probably just get like regular deck. Actually had planned. I was hoping to back it before Serafina reached out, but I was going to back just the regular deck
Just
because
the deck, yeah.
that's what I was gonna only be able to afford to begin with.
Because
So
the shipping is the most reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been, I think, $20 or something for shipping, but it still would have been expensive
Yeah.
in terms of like the exchange. So
I like that this is a new. You guys honestly had a really good first limited box set experience because out of all of my box sets, this is one of my favorites. It comes, the Citadel Oracle comes very close to this, but the stuff in it and the space in it is really top tier because it's storage as well as being fashion and function.
Well, the Citadel, I still want that. I still have my FOMO with that where that's concerned. But I do enjoy my like standalone copy because I got the regular edition.
Yeah.
I love that deck. Like I fell absolutely in love with that deck. But I actually, this is not my first box set. This is my first my first gifted box set. Not, not
same.
But I mean, like I have the now all of a sudden
you have that deck from Jillian.
No, I don't have that one. I wanted that one.
You didn't order it?
I thought you did. That one, but I didn't end up getting that one.
Didn't you get the green glyphs box set?
I have the green glyphs, yes.
Oh,
I have the green glyphs. I have all the Prisma visions, but that wasn't a box set. That was like
not yet anyway.
Oh, okay. I thought you did the shadow work box set thing.
Oh, that yes, but that wasn't from Jillian. That one is from Lamucci. The shadow work deck from Lamucci Design.
Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. I was talking about the one from Jillian. The three decks that she had that were all shadow work related.
I want that one though. But yeah, so this is like besides, like I said, besides that. Oh, and I recently got from Joseph from Grounded by the Moon. I got the his herbal box set. Well, I put it all in here like this.
Okay. Did you? So you backed that one on Kickstarter?
I did back that one, and the trip that it took to get here, yeah, that was an ordeal. That was so, but I have that one.
Well, you have to understand, like he does all the shipping himself. So
no, I know, but it wasn't him. He wasn't the issue. It was UPS.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, they always have issues.
Yeah. Oh my God. So, but Joseph was really, really nice because even I contacted him to tell him all about what was going on, and Joseph
is amazing.
He was so nice. He let me vent because he knew I wasn't blaming him at all, right? Like, but I was just I was so mad at UPS. I'm like, how dare they? The deck is already over $100, and then you want to charge me for what? For what? Because you brought it across the border, you want to charge me nearly over $100 and something for COD? You gotta be kidding me! No.
Yes.
So that was a big deal. But Joseph was really nice to let me vent about it. So, and I got the deck, and I'm happy. So
good.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah.
So let's talk about some of the stuff we got with the box set. I know it came with the cool cloth here, came with the book, came with the bag. What was your favorite thing in the box?
So the box set actually doesn't come with the Kickstarter extras. So the little notebook, the notebook, the stickers, the coin, those are all from the
add-ons,
Kickstarter.
right?
So these are things you actually can't buy. Though I know that on her website you can pre-order what is it? The Pooh's Lunar Exploration, which is a guided astrological journal. So there is another journal if you did want one. It's on sale right now, actually, for $25 USD for pre-order. So you can pre-order that. But the dotted journal that came with it was a Kickstarter. This little tarot journal was a Kickstarter. What was it? When you unlock stretch goal. I was like thinking of the word. It was a stretch goal. So only people that backed the Kickstarter got this.
Okay.
But it's really nice. I love the paper. I love dot journals. I use dot journals all the time. So I really like the quality of it, and the little Pooh and piglets.
I love the little Pooh and Piglet.
So cute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now the thing is, for me, I don't use journals like. Well, I do use journals. That's a lie. But I mean, what I meant, like, when it comes like to the journals that are in a box, included in a box set and things like that, it's too pretty. So I don't use them. I save them. And then I just get like the cheap one from like Dollarama or whatever from the dollar store, and I'll use that. But like, nowadays, what they have at the dollar store, I can probably find a Winnie the Pooh themed journal if I wanted to.
Oh yeah, for sure, probably.
Yeah,
I would totally do that if that was like, you know. But my favorite thing from this box set, well, besides the deck, and everything else,
not getting that.
yeah. The bag and the cloth. I was actually shocked because of how soft the material is.
Yes.
My God. I was like, oh my gosh. And now, because of the type of person I am, and everybody knows I love my bags, right? So I'm like, okay, but there's 2 decks. There's only 1 bag. So I need another bag.
Except,
well, you can get the bag separately.
Yeah. Oh, I know that.
It's also on the website. $18 USD.
I'm just saying, the piggies are like check mark. Don't forget, gotta get the bag too. And now you mentioned the extra journal, so that's another thing. Thanks.
But one of the things I like to do, if you have a tarot cloth and a travel deck, is to just wrap the travel deck in the cloth and then put like a rubber band around it or something. I do that a lot instead of bags. It just depends, because it's already in a box, so I'm not worried about the cards getting loose or anything like that.
True.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, if you don't, if you haven't gotten a bag yet, but you want to travel, put one in a bag and travel with the other one, you can do that.
But if you're a nerd like me, you worry about the box too. So you want it to be protected.
I will say I was really surprised at the fabric of the bag, because the Earth, Moon, and Shadow was more like a burlap canvas kind of feel. Which I do also like. I was just expecting that again, because that's what I got last time. And I was like, oh my God, this is so
Actually,
soft.
I was expecting that too. I thought that's what they were going to be doing, because I also have that bag. She sent it to me afterwards as a gift. And I also like the quality of that bag as well. So I was actually pleasantly surprised when I took it out. And all I could do was I was just like, touching it, like so freaking soft. So freaking soft. I wonder if they'll do the same type of bag for the Wisdom of Pooh and Tigger too.
I'll be curious, because now I have no idea, because so far 2 for 2, they're 2 different bag types.
Probably because I'm thinking because of the fact that it's like the matching deck. It's like the companion deck, right? So I feel like
because it's a sister deck.
But she already told me that she's changing the cardstock on the next. On Wisdom of Pooh and Tigger too, she's changing the type of cardstock. I think it's gonna be. She said it's gonna be linen black core instead of the eco-friendly that it is now for the Wisdom.
Okay. Oh, well, as long as it's still linen, because linen is one of my favorite cards.
Yes, I'm pretty sure she said it's still linen. She wrote on one of my videos. She commented.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I would really like that if it's as long as it's still like linen. I mean, not to say I discriminate against cardstock. I don't, but if I had to choose, like, what's my favorite? Linen cardstock is definitely one of my favorites. So
I have to use it a little more. On an initial feel, it did feel really nice, but because this is actually my first linen deck, I have to see how in practice I like it. But I will say the initial feel, so far so good.
I have different types of linen decks in my collection, and when I touched this deck for the first time, I was like, oh, this is different because
Mhm.
I have the Tarot of the Divine, which is a linen deck, and that's a different linen from this because this is eco-friendly, so it has
Yeah.
like a softer touch to it. And
Yeah.
then I have the Pasta Tarot, and then the Phantom Wise Tarot, which is also linen, but they're a different kind of linen where they're very strange feeling, honestly.
Mhm.
So
So,
this
and
one
I
was different, in my
Yeah.
yeah,
opinion.
I have a lot of I do
Softness.
have a lot of linen decks in my collection, and I would say for when I first opened this one, I didn't know what it was. It felt more like rose petal when I first touched it, and I was like, "Ooh, this is like soft," but it had the same sort of texture like the box. I feel like
Yes.
the big box. So it was I recognized that it was linen, but like I was like, but this is like a different linen. This is not like the typical linen that I'm accustomed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but I was like, ooh, but this is a nice linen. Like, so I was like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
she told me it's eco-friendly
yeah.
eco-friendly cardstock.
I remember reading that. It was like the recycle sort of friendly kind of cardstock. It's
Yes.
um it's really nice. I will say too, so I love the mini tin of this.
Me too.
Oh my god, it's so cute. The mini tin, I actually think I like the mini tin better than the regular box. But it's just it fits perfectly and the lid is nice and solid. It doesn't like rattle around.
What I
The quality of the tin is so much better than mass market tins. So
It is.
yeah.
if you have like any kind of mass market, whether it be US games or whatever it may be, you can see the difference in terms of like there's like a lip here where
Mhm.
the
So it
thing
sits
really
flush. It
solidly
Like
doesn't have the
fits
snap
outer
properly.
properly.
lip.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that was like the first thing I noticed about this tin. That was the fact that it sat flush, and
Yeah.
unlike like US games and stuff like that, I was like,
Mhm.
oh,
Yeah.
that's
Which I
pretty
have
cool. That's different. I really like that, and
which I
just
have
because
here.
it gives
Yeah.
that neat flush finish, if you will. Yeah. So of the deck. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I really like that. And the edging and everything, like it's just mwah.
I will
Yeah,
say so. Oh, go ahead, Sil.
I was just gonna say that there's two actual types of edging. So the Kickstarter, if you did the Kickstarter, the edging is the antique kind of gold
Yeah.
matte. It's matte, right? The matte kind of gold gilding that's on there. If you do the pre-order through the website, however, you get to choose the type of gilding that you want. So there's two options. There's the option that is with the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Um, which is like
This.
this kind of gold
Yeah.
gilding here.
There we go.
To me, the gilding is a little
Um,
bit between shiny gilding and that sort of matte. Like
yeah,
I
it's
feel like
nice. I
it's
like
not.
it. It's not like it's not rough or anything. The gilding is
Yeah.
great, honestly. Or you could do like that bright ass yellow, that really bright
Yes.
yellow. Is the other option. It's like a matte yellow, but it's like super duper bright on the
Yeah.
website. That's the
Oh,
second
really? Eh?
option for gilding. Yeah.
I would say I have a love-hate relationship with gilding because I'm really rough with my cards.
Yeah.
So I don't know how people keep like I'll see readers online and their gilding is just immaculate. And
Well,
literally, I even said in my flip through, it was like the first shuffle of the big deck, and I already had some nicks in it, and I was like, ah.
well, you see, I think what it
Yeah.
is that, well, there's quite a few people that I notice who I see when they shuffle, like like Priscilla, for example. Um, Not to throw Priscilla under the bus, but Priscilla is an overhand shuffler, right? So she doesn't riffle shuffle, whereas I think Brittany, you and I, we both riffle.
Yeah,
And so yeah, but I would definitely say when I first started, like into tarot and stuff like that, I the one of the very first decks I had was the Psychic Tarot, which is not really a tarot deck, but I forget
Oh
who
yes.
We all know that deck. And that one. So at the time, my copy had the gilding. I don't even think I had that deck for like a week, and already it looked like I've had it for like decades. It started to look really, really trashy to the point where I was like, really? Like,
Yeah, but
quick. And I even contacted Hay House to see if they would like do. No, they didn't do anything. But that was also too because I didn't buy the deck straight from Hay House. I bought it from like Indigo, I think, too. So that was another thing. But I think since then my gilding holds up pretty well considering that I riffle shuffle a lot of the time. So I think I've somehow figured it out how to be able to do it without damaging the cards as much. So
I'm just giving up.
And I also find that the gilding sometimes on a lot of these decks now, even when they wear away, it has its own. It gives its own sort of aesthetic, if you will.
Yeah.
To when the gilding wears in a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's nothing that I hold against the deck or the creators or anything. I just know how I am with the cards. And, when I do my reviews, I just like to explain, I don't take it personally. I don't feel like it's a quality issue. I think it's a me issue.
Yeah, of course, right? Like, we all have our ways and how we handle our cards and stuff like that. That makes it just the experience all that much more unique, right? For each of us.
So we talked about the main box, the tin, the box of the main tarot also has that like rose petal finish. This feels more rose petal than the actual box though. This feels like some weird mixture of linen rose petal combo.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would say so. My only pet peeve with this box is it doesn't open all the way. It stops here. Where
I
like
was just about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
I cracked
that was
mine,
the one thing I mentioned in my walkthrough. I was like, I felt like this box, they didn't do it justice because I felt like normally I'm not one of those people who complain about the box kind of thing, right? Like in that regard. But in this case, I felt like it took away from the map on this box, and I felt like it should have opened all the way the same way as
like
the other
here?
box did.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have
so that was the one downfall that I feel like they kind of,
I have a box that does that, but I can't find
I don't even know if I can really say that. Like it's a loss because like the whole thing is still epic, right? So like, but that would be the one thing that if anything, if I had to give a criticism, it would be that the box should have opened all the way like the big one. So.
Yeah, so it would be flush and flat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll do or make any changes
for.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I wonder if they'll make that change for. But remember that this box here, was actually a stretch goal, so I don't know.
Yeah, because of that. I same page. So I'm not sure what the game plan is because sometimes I feel like creators will do stretch goals to just test the waters on certain things and see how people like them, and then from Kickstarter to Kickstarter, we'll keep changing them up until they kind of find the happy zone things.
Exactly. Yeah, and that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. So yeah.
And I don't hate the box by any regard. At the end of the day, it still protects the cards. It's a nice sturdy box.
I personally don't. It doesn't bother me that it doesn't open all the way. Like
And you said you cracked yours. I was worried I'd like rip it off. I mean,
I just because it was stiff. So when I opened it, it was the same thing, and then I just slowly.
Okay, I just did it. I was literally worried I was gonna rip it off the hinges, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that on camera.
No, it's fine now. It's like not as stiff anymore.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm kind of basing this off of how I do like my flip throughs, and I know you do yours similar. So if you notice, we didn't really talk about a guidebook. She has these really cool cue cards, I call them. I don't know what to call them, like flashcards. I really like this. Meraki Tarot does the same thing.
Yes, I really like that as that extra touch. I thought that was really cool. And I think what I got a tickle out of was the fact that was the suit names. The suit names that changed so a little bit. And what one of them was I think the one that made me giggle was the honey pots. And
that's supposed to be cups.
Yeah, and the chocolate pentacles. Those ones I thought, oh my god, that's so cute.
Which is pentacles.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, but I was like, it's so adorable. So yeah, so that was another thing that I was like, oh, that is really cute. So yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the honey pots. The honey pots one was the really one that really tickled me.
Yeah, I generally don't like suit changes, but it's obvious and still makes sense. So I was okay with it. I thought it was a cute little change to match the theme of the deck.
I was actually worried about that. I was wondering because, like, I know you don't like.
You know how I am.
Yes, I do know how you are.
I am very particular.
They also did change one of the cards' names, which is the lovers to precious friends. How did you feel about that?
I kind of wish it had stayed lovers and they had added an extra card as precious friends.
Okay. I don't mind it.
I don't hate it, but that's how I would have done it. Like I'm really particular with changes, and because there are extra cards already in the deck, I was like, this just would have been an extra. And if you wanted to switch it up, that would have been cool too. You could take the lovers out and put special friends in. So in my head, I was like, I would have preferred that.
Yeah, they could have done it where it was the same art, and then they just one would be labeled precious friends, the other one the lovers, and then people could choose which one they could use. That would have been actually a cool option especially for people that are not into the name changing. That would have been a cool option.
Or if they wanted to do like the same characters just in slightly different positions, because it depends how people want to use the deck too.
True.
And I just for reference, here's the card we're talking about. But, you know, at the end of the day, all of the art and stuff is still there. It's still really nice. It's not like a completely made up card or anything. So in my head, I was like, I don't think it's a decision I would have made, but I don't. It's not like I'm going to be like, well, the whole deck is garbage now. There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
For me, I don't mind it. I actually love when there's changes like this.
Yeah.
For me, it adds to the uniqueness of the deck personally.
Right. It adds more to the character and stuff of the deck. No, I get it. And like I said, I understand. I think that just considering the fact that there are already extra cards, I would have loved for this to have been like a replacement card for that, or something you could just use as an add-on. But I don't hate it. It gave me pause when I first looked at it, and I was like, but
the one thing for me that I figure, and maybe that's like, I guess that's just to my overall personality and mindset, is that I guess I try to keep things, when it comes to how I receive things, to be very adaptable. So like, I'm not like, I watching a lot of reviews and things like that, and people's, opinions. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion and things like that. But like, and we welcome that, right? Because that's the whole idea of us existing and, living the way that we do, right? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and that's diversity all in and of itself. But yeah, so when it comes to, so I'm not a type of person that when it comes to like the changes, I welcome them and I try to understand them from what, like from the creator's sort of perspective, as opposed to getting, you know, like all caught up in, well, you know, that card and it should have been the same exactly, like it's just like, well then, if you're that cut, to me it's like, if you're that caught up on the card, then why are you buying the deck then?
Right.
Like if you're that caught up on the thing, then either make your own deck, because the whole idea to me is we're trying to understand each other and our perspectives and be free fall like that. Anyway, that's me, and that's my
yeah.
but yeah, like that's how I sort of see it, right? And that's why I always say, when it comes to like you know, like having a good guidebook, I always talk about, because I, you know, it to me it gives that extra oomph and connection to the personal of the creator, right? Like, you know, to get into understanding them and their point of view and things like that, right? So
and yeah, and you know, like I just want to make it clear, I don't hate the change. I'm just very picky about tarot, and there are certain changes that if I don't think it makes sense, the change, I can't get into a space where I can enjoy it. But I also usually am not going to buy it. But I am pretty honest in my reviews about stuff like that.
Well, yeah, and absolutely, right? Like we're all different, and like I said, that's the beauty of it, right? So, yeah, that's why we're doing this collab video, right? Because we all want to share our opinion. That's the whole point.
So the separate guidebook, the deep dive guidebook that you can get from Rue and Vervain, you can pre-order like the physical version, or you can get the PDF version now on their website. Actually dives into why the reason for the change. It's like a small paragraph here. I thought I would just read the small paragraph for that, for people to have a better understanding, since if you get just the deck and don't get the larger guidebook, you're only getting the keywords, right? You're not really getting that depth in view of why they made that change. So here it just says that originally we had the idea to use Pooh and Piglet for precious friends. However, in the end, we thought the relationship between Christopher Robin and Pooh better illustrated the meaning of this card. The bond they have with each other is so intimate and unbreakable that it seemed to be the obvious choice. This incredibly close bond is what eventually prompted us to change the name of the card from The Lovers to Precious Friends. And then she goes on to talk about the illustration and how it was inspired by Christopher Robin Says Goodbye to Pooh, and it was inspired by the original illustration from 1929. Hence the thing. So I like that change.
I love that, and even the fact that what you just read, it really hit for me, and in the sense where I feel like I understand it to a T. So how I interpret like that, and why that change is significant and important in regards to the idea of the relationship between Christopher Robin and Pooh, is, to me, especially again talking about mental health and talking about the what this whole Winnie the Pooh story sort of represents. It's, you know, and even just to me, what the whole healing journey about with self is, and to me that card sort of really speaks to the idea of embracing our full self, our shadow self, right? And the relationship we have with ourselves. And therefore, if you can accept your shadow and you can accept yourself fully, then you should be able to accept everyone else outside of yourself for that same reason, right? In that regard. So it sort of gives that feeling or that understanding of full self-acceptance, if that makes sense, right? And that being that relationship with self, that choice to accept self for what you are, and everything that you've been through, right? So yeah.
I would also say that it goes well with the keywords that they chose as well on the cards, which are partnerships, choices, and following your heart. So
yeah,
that's good as well.
I loved those keywords. I love them. Honestly, I
Yeah,
feel
me
like
too.
a lot of lovers cards should have those keywords because they're beautiful. They're
Yeah,
perfect.
I agree.
So since we're talking about the deep dive guidebook, just so you guys know, that retails for $55. It's pre-order right now, like Sel said. But there's also a collector's bundle, and that is on sale right now. Usually $130. It's on sale right now for $125, and it includes the deep dive, the guided astrological journal, the sticker book, a bookmark, and then it includes the PDF.
Yeah,
And
which you can get all separately as well if you
yeah,
wanted to get them at a different point in time.
and if you
And
want the
just get them
PDF,
separately.
it kind of looks the same. You can see the cover is the same here, and then I'm not going to go through all of it, but have some illustrations, and
Yeah.
then just to show, here's like the table of contents. It's really a lovely. Oh gosh, you cannot see that.
I just see a bunch of white on a screen.
So
Yeah.
okay, it's okay.
Yeah, but it's okay. But
I
yeah,
tried.
but that's still cool though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The PDF is available now though. You can get the PDF for $15 USD if you wanted to get it now. My code is still valid if anyone wanted to get $5 off. It's
I think
Simplicity 5.
anybody who's gotten the code, I think from what I read in the email, it's been extended for everybody. So if you were a reviewer and you got it and you got the code, it's been extended. So
Oh, yeah, that's good to know. I've been so out of pocket with this move that I've lost all semblance of control over that.
yeah, so all the codes are valid until I think the 31st.
Yes,
right?
the 31st, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So
So
yeah.
We talked about the guidebook, we talked about the boxes. We're
I
kind
want
of
to talk about
starting
the
to
extra cards. Can we do that?
Oh yeah, sure, we can do that. Did you pull them out already?
Yes,
did.
I have them.
You guys are ahead of the game. Okay, pull them out or show them.
The 4 extra cards here. El Fulio.
Folio.
El Fulio. And
That cracks me up.
yeah, me too. And Pure Joy. And then we have Bravery. And we have Togetherness.
Togetherness is my favorite.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I love the artwork for this one.
So technically, instead of there being, 21 Arcana cards, we're looking at 24. So yeah, so that I really like and I think is really cool. I think when I was getting to the end and I was looking at El Fulio, that made me giggle.
Yes.
Not just because of the fact that it's the El Fulio, but like as I said it, and I'm thinking to myself, the idea of the 2 cards here are different, the Fool and El Fulio, and it's like to me, it's like that. It's that double-edged sword, if you will. That idea of being carefree, being that person who's brave enough to just take that leap without any sort of fear or apprehension or whatever. And to me, that's the idea of the Fool, right? And being prepared and things like that. Because in the Fool card, we have Pooh. Yeah, he's looking up and he's got the whatever, I guess, butterfly on his nose, but he's got his stick with his pack, right? And that's on the Fool card. Whereas the El Fulio, and I'm gonna say it like that all the time because it just makes me laugh. We have the same. It's the same, but he's got what looks like a fanny pack. And instead of having like an actual he's got like a weird, like what looks like a fishing hat on, I guess.
Yeah.
And something. And so to me, that gives the impression of being a fool, like a dummy, like a going out there and just without like disregard, no preparation, you're right, like and sort of being that type of person that just, you know, just doesn't, has no regard for anything, no not wanting to take responsibility, being a dumb fool.
Yeah. Except this card actually is linked to Mexican culture, American Mexican culture, and is actually a tribute to their father. So Serafina and Angel actually attributed this card to their father because it's associated actually with gang culture. And they actually talk about it in the bigger guidebook because all the extra cards are in the bigger guidebook that you can get through Rue and Vervain. And they actually have a fun fact here about it. And it says the term fulio is a popular term used in American Mexican culture, especially in the gang culture that saturates the streets of Los Angeles. Growing up in Pomona, California, a small suburb located on the outskirts of LA, the gang culture was ever present and permeated nearly all facets of everyday life. It affected our fashion, language, and vehicles. We love our lowriders, is what it says in brackets. Even our education was not immune as they implemented drive-by shootings, drills, right alongside earthquakes and fire drills. Whether we like it or not, gang culture was part of our history and has colored our experience. So, when creating a bonus card for the deck, it seemed only fitting to give a nod to our father, Mr. Payaso, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, a veteran gangster, former OG Vato Loco, and our resident Fulio. So that was a tribute to their father. And
wow, that's
yeah, and it goes through. It actually goes through the symbols and meanings. So the keywords associated with this particular card is Pendero, Ganas, and Vato Loco, which are actually talked about in a little bit of depth within the guidebook, the larger guidebook as well. So it talks about the different meanings and the symbols associated with those meanings as well. So
wow.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
the
it's funny
guidebook is
because
fantastic.
the
I would have
keywords of
so
that
much fun working
translate
with this deck.
into stupid guy. And then it was Vados Loco is a crazy guy. Ganas is and then Ganas is desire, which is such a weird, like, it feels very different, but when you read the description and the backstory, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's like you're
Yeah.
being stupid and you're being crazy basically because you're just not putting any thought into the things that you're taking these steps to go towards the things you desire, but are they the right things? So I kind of like
So
Yeah,
in
but I
other
feel
words,
like
pretty much what I was saying is on point then.
yeah, but I feel like the fool is like that though, because technically you are taking steps without really thinking, right? You're about to go off a cliff and you're not
yeah.
really thinking about where you're going. A lot of the time, the fool is pretty much distracted and looking upwards into I don't know where instead of looking forward and down to know that they're going. And if you look at the actual fool, like Pooh is like paying attention to a butterfly on his nose, and Piglet is behind him, like trying to stop him, and he's about to step off the cliff, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that those kind of keywords are indicative of the fool, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I guess like I said, I think it really speaks to you know that there being that fine line to, you know, being, you know, carefree, like being someone who is happy go lucky, is, you know, sort of has that level of innocence and sort of goes through life with like that kind of sort of free non-attachment sort of thing, but also being smart about it,
Yeah.
whereas right, as opposed to just, you know, doing things without any care for consequence or anything like that, right? So
Mhm.
versus like the overthinker versus the non-thinker, period. The two different ends of the spectrum of the same one ideal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say it was such a unique thing to have. Like, it's not unusual at all to have different versions of the same card.
No, it's not.
But I like the take on it being culturally different, but being based off of, you
Yes.
know, their
Yes.
experiences. That
Yes.
made it
Same.
very unique.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's also, I feel, what makes this deck even more special for me
Mhm.
is because it, like I said, it has that personalized touch to it. And I really appreciate that, right? Like,
Yeah.
so hearing, so thank you for Priscilla for like reading that about the Ophelia card, because that just makes me fall in love with it even more. And I can't wait to get the big guidebook to like dive deep within it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's really, really cool. So
I think I'm gonna treat myself to the big guidebook as well. It'd be a nice display piece, first of all, and two, I think
yeah, well, they have two versions of the physical book. They have like the collector's edition, which is like the hardbound, or they have the soft cover, which is
I debated
a bit
whether
cheaper.
I wanted both. And I guess, and two, that was the thing when I reached out to Serafina and I asked her about the dimensions and whether or not the book would fit into the big box. I was like, okay, well, it depends. So is the hardcover gonna be able to fit? If not, okay, well then maybe the soft cover. But then apparently the dimensions for either don't fit. So I was like, okay, well in that case then soft cover, sorry, you're out. I'm just gonna go with the hardcover instead, because yeah, I want the special big book. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. So when I gave the prices earlier, it was for the soft cover, and I should have clarified.
Yeah.
So the soft cover is $55. The hardcover, which is called the if you're looking on the website, collector's edition, that one is $70. So sorry, I should have clarified that earlier.
Yeah, but you actually have to click on the book, not the bundle edition. So if you click on the book, you actually get to select from a drop-down menu. So when you select from the drop-down, then it'll give you the price, just so everyone knows, so they're not confused when they're on the website. You actually have to click the item to select which one you want. So yeah.
So is there anything in like, because I'm I'm a nerd this way, and everything to me, it's like I read into everything now these days, and everything is a sign, if you will, and you know, with synchronicity and all of that. So like, as I had mentioned, I have Tigger here, and Tigger is from my childhood, and I know a lot of people can relate to the story of Winnie the Pooh and that being a significant staple of their childhood. But like, I'm wondering if there's anybody who who is, or even with you guys, but even just whoever's watching, is there anything that you guys have already that maybe you've had as part of your childhood that you would like, you feel it just sort of goes with the whole box set? Like for me, like I said, it was Tigger, and of course, the other thing was my mom had dragged this out shortly after I got the box set, and it's just this, it's like a wall hanger thing, and it's a soft sort of, right, and it was like from when I was a baby. So I was like, see, so like this is it again, it's like that whole hug, this whole deck, this whole thing just sort of brings, right, like I was meant to have this. Like, I mean, sorry, it's just, yeah, like I feel like my inner children are just, we're comforted, like, right? And so like this makes me really happy. Even the again, being, I talk about that a lot, like, being, a person of service and community and mental health and stuff like that. Even the story of so apparently there's and I read this in my my unboxing. It was an article that was written by this lady who makes reference to the article. So there was an article
Yeah.
like in that psychology article that came out, and it was really deciphering Winnie the Pooh and the whole story of Christopher Robin and 100 Acres, and everybody identifying the characters as all having
A different mental illness.
Yes, exactly, right? And they all had a different representation. So like Tigger is ADHD, Winnie the Pooh, has an eating disorder and suffers from depression and things like that.
Yeah.
And again, here goes the synchronicity, because it's this article was published in a Canadian journal. So shout out to Priscilla and I for being Canadian.
Yeah.
Right? So anyway, so like that was don't worry, you're a beloved fellow Canadian in our hearts.
Thank you.
Brittany. Right? And so that meant a lot to me, as well. And so I printed out the little article, and which is going to be, I actually put it and folded it and put it in an envelope so that it will go in the box.
Okay.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah. And then, so shortly around the same time, right, we got this. RP Studios decided, because we're on Instagram and things like that, and these days everybody likes to tempt us with all of these beautiful things. And
Yep.
RP came out recently. Well, I don't think it's out yet, but I managed to contact them, and they sent me a copy for review. So I will be talking about this later on my channel, probably going through the book. But oh bother, Winnie the Pooh is befuddled too. A mackerel-sized parody of modern life. So it's a modern life sort of parody story of Winnie the Pooh and the characters, all sort of told to be relatable to like everyday life, real life, right? So talking about things like gloomy days and therapy and taking a bath and doing yoga, and like I'm just going through and sort of really reading the table of contents and talking about guided meditation and stuff like that. So like I thought this is really cool, and I was like, no, like the timing couldn't be any cooler. So I was just like, I need this book. Give it to me, please. And even if I didn't get it for free, I was definitely going to be picking it up. But I don't even know if it's out yet. I would have to double check. I should have double checked before we did
this.
It
came out on May 7th. It's already out.
Okay, perfect. So thank you for that. So,
you're welcome.
Are you going to get it still? I know you've read Winnie the Pooh in the past. Like that's your relationship with Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. I think I might ask them to see if they'll send it to me.
Okay.
And see.
Yeah, I think so. I think this
seems interesting.
Yeah. I feel like this is just like, it's a beautiful companion book. And the color scheme, look at the cover of this book.
It's cute. Yeah.
Okay. Can you not tell me that it does not match? Like
the author of that also has a parody of Frog and Toad.
Really?
Yeah, it's called Frog and Toad Are Doing Their Best, a parody in brackets. I freaking love Frog and Toad, though. I also grew up with them.
It's perfect. And
I know of it. I don't think I've ever read it.
The cover of this book, almost, it's not linen or anything, don't get me wrong, but it has like this smooth sort of thing that I feel like almost feels like the box set itself. So that's another thing where I'm like this was meant to be, like,
yes.
Right? And they're not even the same people. So like, there's something in the air, I think. People
So
are
let's
catching
let's
on to
see.
like the relatable stories and how it relates to us and
Yeah.
right. So at least
So
that's what I
Lexi
feel.
wants to know from us how the deck is reading for us. How have your readings gone with the deck so far, guys?
For me, really well. I actually really like it. I find that it's well, I find most decks for me are pretty direct when I read with them for
Yeah.
myself. I feel like this deck is definitely softer
Yes.
in terms of reading, but I like that because I feel like it would be a good inner child deck. And hi, Serafina, you
Hi,
sweet
Serafina.
heart.
You caught us
Hi.
live.
But
Just in time to see our actual star.
I thought that was
kitty,
Tigger.
kitty.
True,
I
wrong
thought
cat.
Tigger was the star. This here because you.
Her cat is always the star. I'm
I
sorry.
know.
Both her cats are always the star.
But I agree. I think it's a really soft read. I
Yeah.
definitely I feel like I would use it for like it would be perfect for just daily pulls, just sort of everyday kind of go with the flow
Yeah.
stuff or
Yeah.
if there's like issues that are like really something that's really emotionally taxing for me, but I don't want to be
Yes.
read to filth like other decks might.
Yes.
Like I
Yes.
don't have it in me.
It has a softer touch, which is
Yes.
nice for like hard things like that.
Yes. So
Yes.
either end
Mhm.
of that spectrum just depends what I'm looking for in that reading.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm
But
looking forward to using it more. I mentioned earlier I moved,
me
so
too.
I literally got a chance to record the video, do a full pulls. I was like on the cusp of trying out pairings and then had to pack it away. And it's been packed for like
Yeah.
almost exactly
Aw.
a month.
And I agree, Alexi. Sometimes you do need an easy reader. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, because it's just like sometimes you know things are going on and you understand the situation you're in.
Yeah.
You just need to hear like it's it's like the like when you're venting to someone and you're like, I just need support. I don't need, you know, I don't need you to fix the problem.
Yeah, exactly. I also wanted to just add to like what Alana was saying earlier about like how Winnie the Pooh came into like our lives or whatever, and I
Yeah.
I, I screenshotted because I wanted to show. I don't have them out, unfortunately. They're packed away in storage in my closet, and they're very hard to get to. So I wasn't able to show them on camera when I did my unboxing and flip through of both decks side by
Hmm.
side. But I did put a bunch of pictures. But these are the books that I own. I own like I
Whoa,
think
that's
they're
a
the
lot.
the entire box set. They're from the either late 80s, early 90s. My mom bought them for me when I was a child.
Aw.
And
Aw.
they showcase the original artwork from the original artist from the late 1920s.
Yeah.
Um, but they're more like a colorful set. Each color has a thing, and they have different like stories to it or
Hmm.
whatever. And really enjoyed reading this as a kid. And I
Yeah.
put these pictures in my video to show because I was talking about it also in my video to show like what exactly brought me to like Winnie the Pooh when I was like a kid and why like these decks like are very nostalgic for me
Yeah.
personally because I grew up with Winnie the Pooh. Obviously, I've seen Winnie the Pooh, Disney, and stuff like that, but I grew up with the original. So
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, Winnie the Pooh," but like I grew up with like the original art and the original books and stories
Hmm.
and things like that. And that's why I really there was another thing. That's why I really appreciate the deeper guidebook because a lot of the cards they actually feature inspiration on the original artwork from the original artist and how Kat made changes to that or
Hmm.
took inspiration from that original artwork and I really like the depth that the guidebook goes into to showcase that for specific art pieces and how they came about and what the
Yeah.
inspiration was. That's one of the things why I really love the togetherness card. I don't
Hmm.
know if I can show it on.
Togetherness.
Yeah, so the togetherness card, I really love the guidebook because it actually shows the original artwork.
Yeah. There we go.
So, uh, right here we go. So this is the artwork that was on the card, and this is the original artwork that is showcased in the guidebook. So you can see here.
Yeah, I do remember reading about that.
Yeah. So this is like the original, and then the changes made, obviously. They added like this little
buoy kind of thing.
Yeah, buoy thing to like try to save Eeyore from going down the river. But it's so cute though. I love it. And they show the original. This one was originally illustrated in 1957 though. So
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So I love the depth that was put into the guidebook. I feel like they did a fantastic job. It's definitely, in my opinion, it's definitely worth the money if you really want the separate guidebook. I highly recommend it because the depth, even if you just get the PDF, the depth that it goes into is like absolutely fantastic. You can really see that they put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, I agree. And so I come from the perspective of like completely blank slate. Obviously, I know what Winnie the Pooh is. Obviously, I had friends that loved Winnie the Pooh. I know the characters, but I never actually watched
2 of them right now. So
yes, but I never actually watched or read Winnie the Pooh. It was I don't know, somehow eluded me. So I don't have any nostalgia towards Winnie the Pooh. But despite that, I've really come to appreciate the decisions made in the artwork. I feel like it makes it much more meaningful and easier to connect with for that reason.
Agreed.
So even without that connection of nostalgia, I still feel like it's a very like easy deck to connect with.
So I'm curious to know, Brittany.
Yeah,
because you're saying you don't have like the nostalgic connection. I want to know, what is your nostalgic connection? Is there is there anything that's out right now that you feel like sort of you connect with nostalgically from like your childhood?
Deck wise or in general?
In general, I guess. But then
I also want to know deck wise though.
Even that, yeah, I was gonna say
because you picky.
Oh,
I'm sure whatever is out, you probably don't even like it.
Probably. So
let's start with just in general.
I'm trying to think. I don't think so. I don't think like I must have watched really like either obscure things as a kid or just general, like it was outside of the range of being.
What?
I don't know how to explain this. I don't think there's things that are like nostalgic.
So you wouldn't say that there's anything that you have that. Okay, so here, let me ask you this question. When you think about your childhood, what is one thing that comes to mind that was common for you?
I was a very big like Nick girl, so all of the Nick cartoons. I feel like if they created, like if they created an Angry Beavers deck, I would lose my mind. I would
like a what? Which one?
Angry Beavers.
Angry Beavers.
Yes. I do like Wizard of Oz too. I don't think I liked the deck. But that's the problem, is I'm really picky with tarot. So if they made an Oracle deck of it, I'd probably be all about it.
Isn't there a Wizard of Oz Oracle deck already out?
I don't know.
I feel like there is.
Wait, so if you're into Nickelodeon, would you say the Garbage Pail Kids? Because I don't even know. I feel like
I've never seen
those
that.
even Nickelodeon?
That's not even. No, that's not even. I don't even think that's a show. That's a
Short
parody off of Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah, there was a show for the.
They were trading cards.
There was no show for them?
I don't think so. I think they were trading cards.
I think there might have been. Let me see.
Yeah,
I think there might have for a short.
Garbage.
I feel like there might have been some show. Like
there's a movie.
Okay, well there you go.
Okay, maybe I was like, I think there was something that branched off from the like.
But I think originally they were trading cards. You would like Yeah,
I would
there we
agree. I
go.
would
Serafina
agree.
said it. They were trading cards. You would trade them. They were supposed to be a parody off of Cabbage Patch Dolls, but like really disgusting, like
I
really
remember.
disgusting.
That explains a
But I
lot.
will say that the Garbage Pail Kids deck, the tarot deck, it's actually really well done. It's fully illustrated. All the minors
Mhm.
are fully illustrated, and
Do
it
you
follows.
have it, Priscilla?
No, I don't. But
Okay.
it's written. The guidebook is written by Minerva, and the artist is I don't remember who the artist is, but it's an Inside Editions deck. But I know that it's
Okay.
fully illustrated, which was surprising for Inside Editions because they do a lot of pip decks. But yeah, fully
Yeah.
illustrated. It was actually really well done and is licensed by whoever owns Garbage Pail Kids. So yeah,
Cool.
but yeah.
And so,
Um,
anything else deck wise? Let least hear what it gives you sort of nostalgic feelings.
if they created like a this is gonna sound funny, but if they created like a Futurama deck, I'd be all about that. Or like
I
Oh
even
my
could
god,
see that.
yes.
I totally
Yes, I
could
used to
see
love
that.
yes. But the thing is, I said I'm super picky. I don't want pips. I want them to be fully illustrated all the way through. And then
Yeah.
I don't do some weird silly ass name changes unless it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of caveats.
Makes sense and
But
is linked to the show in some way.
yes. If it
Okay.
makes sense in regard to the show, then I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Okay, decorators, whoever's there and listening, I hope you're
Whoever's
taking notes.
listening.
Oh my god, a Daria deck. Yes, Lexi. That would be
I would
so great.
love a Daria Oracle. I feel like that would be like it would be like Sassy Oracle except Daria version.
It would. It would
Right?
actually be really funny.
It
Really
would
funny.
be
Yeah.
hilarious. I would love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So I think that my nostalgia is not weirdly, I feel like I didn't watch a lot of popular children's shows. I watched a lot
Yeah,
of
neither
popular
did I.
Nick shows, but not so yeah, like somehow Winnie the Pooh escaped me.
Yeah. I really want the Little Wizards Tarot, which is an indie deck that is supposed to be Harry Potter related.
Push Kitty does that.
Yeah,
She
Push
has.
Kitty.
I love
Yeah.
her. I have her. The Little Buddha Tarot.
Mhm.
And the Little Buddha Oracle. Oh my god, why didn't I grab that?
Yeah, in terms of
just
nostalgia,
thinking
that would
now.
also be another one for me. Along with Beauty and the Beast, that would be another thing. For
Yeah.
me.
Honestly, if we're talking Disney decks, I would
want
love
a Little
a
Mermaid.
Disney animals deck. Like all of the Disney animals.
I want a Little Mermaid deck.
Little Mermaid.
Oh, and I'm sorry. Okay, so what I think is close to being my Little Mermaid deck is currently the team for 78 Tarot. They're coming out with their special edition. I think is it the 10-year anniversary that they've been doing these collab decks. And they believe this. Well, is it for that one or is it a different one? I'm trying to remember. But I think the theme is like an underwater, and it looks very much like a Little Mermaid. And I remember thinking to myself, yay, Little Mermaid is coming, even though it's not really Little Mermaid because it's just really 78 Tarot. But I was like, close enough. So it's like I'll deal with that one for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't like collab decks, so I don't like the 78 Tarot
Me neither.
decks. They're great if you really want to research like art styles and like look at the different artists and individually be like, oh, this is a beautiful piece of art, but to use it as a tarot deck, no, I can't. It's too different, and I'm looking at it and I'm just like, what's going on? It just makes my brain go crazy.
Well, I guess it depends. I think because I know I understand what you're saying, and I think
The art styles are just too different.
Yeah.
You can
but
tell
I
that
think
it's
it depends.
different people doing the art, so it
But I think
bothers me.
maybe because I am that artsy kind of person and I'm very eclectic that way, that like I can appreciate something like that, especially if it's done like in collaboration, because there are some decks that okay, so like what was that one? Oh my god. It was a big Kickstarter. The deck was huge and it was
The Allyman
thank
tarot.
you,
Yes.
thank you. Yeah, the Alley
Not
Man.
a fan.
That one is a deck
The
that I
Allyman, yeah.
was a little too far out there for me, I think, in regards
Yeah.
to the collab aspect. But like things like the 78 tarot,
Mm.
or decks like that.
Mary Poppins. What?
What?
Do that Ned the following year. Do that the following year. Oh my god, I love Mary Poppins.
Did someone suggest a Mary Poppins deck?
No, they were deciding between the two, and Alice won.
Serafina was deciding which to do, Alice in Wonderland for 2025 or a dark Tim Burton-esque Mary Poppins, and Alice won.
Okay,
yeah.
I will take
but the Alice deck looks nice though. Serafina looks really good. Kat is doing an amazing job.
I'm
Serafina,
looking forward to that. It might be the first Alice in, I was gonna say it might be the first Alice in Wonder deck that I actually get. Alice in Wonderland is such a niche thing. I'm really particular about it.
Yeah.
So, but also fun fact, I've never seen Mary Poppins either. So,
oh my lord!
Especially one that's dark and Tim Burton-esque.
I would be about that.
That sounds really
me too,
cool.
actually.
That concept sounds really cool, and I'm very intrigued by that because I love Mary Poppins. That's another staple of my childhood. Mary Poppins.
Me too, because of Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah. But you see, okay, so I think that we need to get together sometime, and we need to sit Brittany down, and she needs to watch all the staples of her child.
Haven't you watched Mary Poppins, the Disney version of Mary Poppins with Dick Van Dyke and?
I've seen clips of it.
Or even
my heart.
A remake with what's her face?
You're older than me. How do you not watch this?
I told you something happened where all of these classics eluded me. I did see Wizard of Oz though.
Oh, thank God! At least that, and that's older than all of us here. So
I watched that. It was our family Christmas tradition or Thanksgiving tradition to watch Wizard of Oz.
I love Mary Poppins. I love Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. If anyone has watched that,
Sound of Music.
Obviously the Sound of Music. Yes.
Ooh, I would love a Sound of Music deck.
Me too, actually.
Wait, do you have nostalgic ties to Sound of Music, Brittany?
I do. Actually, I went to a creative and performing arts school, and that was the very first play we ever did when I came to the school.
Yes, that was so good. That's so good.
All is not lost with Brittany. She has some nostalgic with Sound of Music.
Except she still needs to catch up on all these other things. Mary, you need to at least watch Mary Poppins. You have Disney Plus, don't you?
Huh?
You have Disney Plus, don't you?
I do.
You should at least watch Mary Poppins. They should have it.
Yeah,
come on, it's good. It's a good musical. I don't even like musicals that much, to be very honest with you. I really don't like that much musicals. Like, I'm very picky when it comes to musicals, but I love that one. That one and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I don't know if they have that on Disney Plus, but
they may not.
They're both with Dick Van Dyke. So,
and the crazy thing is, I love musicals and always have.
Yeah, so you might like them. They're obviously really older movies, but
yeah,
I love them a lot.
Yeah, so I can watch it. I've seen Sound of Music thousands of times.
Me too. I watch it every year. It's on TV during the holidays. I watch it all the time, and I own a DVD copy of it.
I still have the VHS, which came with the two videos, and then because it's such a long movie,
I don't think I have a VHS version of that one. I do have Mary Poppins on VHS. I don't have it on DVD, I don't think. I have Chitty Chitty Bang Bang on DVD, and I have it on VHS as well.
Okay, how about I make a promise that ahead of the Dark Mary Poppins deck coming out, I'll watch Mary Poppins. So it gives me a year. A year and a half.
Listen. No, you have to watch
Damn.
2. You've got to watch the old one with oh my god, with oh my god, what's her name? What's her name? Who plays Mary Poppins in the old one? Priscilla.
You mean the original version
Yes.
of Mary Poppins in the
Yes.
1964 film?
Yes.
Yeah, Julie Andrews.
Thank you. That's
the one with Dick Van Dyke.
Yes.
It's Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke. The
And
new one, Dick Van
White.
Dyke. Dick Van Dyke is still in it, but he plays a different character. He plays actually one of the old men from the bank.
I love homages like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's obviously older now. When they did the remake, obviously the original is the best one, but that's just me. Sorry.
I agree.
I really don't like when they do remakes. It's like, can you just leave the classics alone and just have an original idea and make something new and just stop?
Right.
But anyway.
So okay, so I guess we kind of was sort of segued a little bit as we started talking about all the different decks we would like to see come into fruition. But like, okay, what would you say? Have you thought about pairings?
Oh, that's a good transition.
I have
this for the Pooh, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I actually have 3 pairings. One in particular I know will be the best, and that's the When My Soul Whispered.
Oh, where I have that deck.
I feel like this is like the best pairing out of all of them, in my personal opinion.
Show us.
Okay, how am I doing this?
I don't know.
My deck is not shuffled. I have my mini is shuffled, but not my full size. I put it back in order so I can look at the cards.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me use my mini. I think that would be better. Since this Oracle deck is a mini, I'll just use my mini.
Yeah, that works.
Let me just move things. I have so many things here.
I know.
Okay, let's shuffle. And I have a small little table, so because I don't have a desk in my room or anything like that. I'm using a small little portable table. Okay, let's see. What did I pull? Okay, I pulled the 10 of Swords.
Ooh.
Usually I do 2 tarot and an oracle, but I don't have 3 hands, so I can't really do that.
Oh man.
And then unfortunately I'm not an octopus, so
how rude.
I know. Damn. And then I pulled Journey with Ouroboros.
Oh.
Ooh,
I like it. I like it because of the simplicity of the oracle. You have like more white space with just like the pops of color in the center.
Yeah.
And then you have more of the focus with the full image and color of like the tarot. So if I had like another tarot card and then this in the center, it would like be so
it's not too busy.
Yeah, it's not busy at all. So you have like a nice flow from like a lot of artwork, minimal artwork, a lot of artwork again. So I really like that about this particular deck. And then
I really like that.
Emotion
that pairing
with
is really nice.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah. That pairing is really, really nice.
Yeah, so this particular Oracle deck is from US Games.
And I have that. I love it.
And I know you, Brittany, can buy directly from them. So so if they have a sale or something, definitely check it out.
I love that.
I pulled Decision with the Hermit, which is my favorite tarot card. I love the Hermit so much.
I will say that was my favorite artwork that I got.
Me too.
I loved it.
Which I have framed. It's always in my videos. You'll see them in every unboxing, even if it's not Pooh related. It's always there in the background because I absolutely love it. And then I have the Fool up here framed as well. This is where I keep my Pooh decks, actually. I keep it next to this frame.
Oh, okay.
And then I have the Magician as well, but on the same place where I have the Hermit, but you can't see the Magician. It's not usually in my videos, but
so I'm just remembering something as you were talking about the frames and the artwork. So when I was doing my unboxing, I thought I pulled out and thought that they were a notepad. like it was a notepad.
Yeah.
And I didn't even open the plastic, only to realize that later on, because of Priscilla, that they were actually art prints. I feel like
Yeah.
such a dummy.
But to mention that the art prints that you and I, Brittany, got, the prototypes are actually not the same as the finished Kickstarter version. So the ones that people get in their Kickstarter are actually smaller. I have them here. They're smaller compared to the ones that we got, and they're obviously a different cardstock and things like that. This is an actual cardstock, where this felt more like paper, like a eco-friendly paper, which actually I like. So you can see the difference between the size. This takes up the whole frame, and this is smaller, which I personally don't mind. I did really like the prototypes that Serafina sent us. So thank you again, Serafina, if you're still in the chat. Thank you again for sending these. I really love
it.
them.
And I'm sorry that I thought they were notepad.
That's okay. It's pretty funny actually, and yeah. I love them. I got, obviously each person gets 3 different pieces. In this set I got the 8 of swords. I got the Fool again.
Mm-hmm.
And I got Judgment.
Okay.
Yeah, Judgment. So these are cute. You can frame them, put them on your wall, or if you do like art walls and things like that, they're really.
So I'm gonna open them now because I thought they were a notepad.
Really cute. I'm gonna keep them in their bag, but yes. So yeah, I really love this particular Oracle deck with Wisdom of Pooh. I actually have been recommending it every time someone like is asking for like a pairing idea. This is the one that I recommend.
I love it. I love that choice.
The most.
The Fool. Wait, I don't know which one. Which one is this one?
That's Judgment.
Okay. And the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the 8 of Swords.
Okay, so we have the same ones.
Yeah.
I also have that.
Aww.
Then my other pairing, my other pairing that I thought of was an affirmation deck.
Okay.
Where's the guy back here? Put this away. And it's the Sacred Creators Oracle by Chris Ann. This is published by Hay House. This is probably one of my favorites. I love Chris Ann. I have all her decks. She's definitely one of my favorite creators. But I felt like this also would be a great pairing together as an if you wanted to bring in an affirmation. I feel like this deck and the When My Soul Whispered would be a nice deck family if you wanted to pull in like an affirmation and you have your oracle as your focus or your theme or whatever, and then you pull in like an affirmation to end things. I think that would be like a nice little roundabout way to end like a reading.
I think that's beautiful. I love that. Actually, it's funny as you mentioned Chris Ann, because I was thinking.
I do love that.
Her the animal, the what's it called? The Tarot of Curious Creatures. That one has a double Fool. So there's the 2. Yeah. You just glitched, but
I flipped the mirroring because it was backwards. The words were backwards. So
but that one, that version, that deck that she has, the Tarot of the Curious Creatures.
I have that as well.
That one with the 2 Fools. It's almost like the Fools are a little bit different. So there's the one where I think it's just the dog as the Fool at the beginning, and then the second one is now the dog and a human, or the dog, or
yes, because it's supposed to represent actually the cycle of the major arcana, how the Fool, when you end with, you don't technically end with the world, you end with the world, but then you actually go back to the Fool, right? So the second Fool card is actually supposed to represent that second cycle that you're going through, where the Fool has grown. has grown. So you're going through another cycle, knowing things and having experience to go into something new.
So
which I really like.
And I really like that one too. But yeah, so that was like whenever any decks that sort of come up that have like the double fool, that's one of the ones that first come to mind is the Chris Ann one there. And then of course
that's such a unique pairing. So what made you think of that?
So I love this deck because it's just affirmation. So like I was saying before, like this is a nice way if you want to end a reading. So if you wanted to pair this with the When My Soul Whispered, you can make it into like a deck family where you use that oracle as like a theme or focus for your reading, and then you end off with like an affirmation to end the reading to make it like well-rounded, in my opinion. Because I like pulling in affirmation sometimes to end a reading. I feel like it gives a nice ending to a reading. And I felt like since this is watercolor and this is also supposed to be watercolor, like I feel like they go well together in that regard. And they're also very simplistic as well. You have the words, you have like sometimes a small little symbol or drawing, but they're not overpowering in my opinion. In that regard. And I feel like they also pair nicely in terms of colors, like color palette. So yeah. And then the third and last deck that I thought of, but I haven't actually looked to see if it actually pairs well. So I don't actually know if it pairs well, but it was something I thought of when I was going through my decks this morning, is the Green Witches Oracle deck. This is by Erin Murphy Hiscock and illustrated by Sarah Richard. This is published by Adams Media. I just shuffled this actually, and I didn't even mean to because I haven't even filmed anything for it, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Which one's that one?
It's the Green Witches Oracle deck. This is the one though by Adams Media, not the one by Rockpool, because there's two different Green Witches. I have them both. I have the other one as well. Though I don't think the other one would, in my opinion, pair nicely because of the color difference in the background. But okay, let's see here. So I pulled, what did I pull? Spring, and then the four of Chocolate Pentacles.
I don't hate it.
And then, oh, I didn't shuffle this properly. Summer with the Three of Chocolate Pentacles. Okay, let's move this. Then we have Rain with, I don't know, Two of Chocolate Pentacles. I guess I didn't really shuffle the tarot deck well either. Okay, let's just do that. Okay. And then we have Mint and the Five of Wands.
I think my favorite so far has been the first one.
Like, I don't hate it, but yeah, the first one is the perfect pairing in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless Rue and Vervain, Seraphina, unless they decide to do an oracle to go with this, then that would be the perfect pairing. But
yeah,
right.
In the meantime,
for now,
not to put more on their plate because they're already doing like I don't even know how many projects. But this would be an interesting pair too. I don't know.
They can take note for for the future. Just take just have a notebook of ideas.
Yeah. Something to write down just to keep somewhere.
Exactly.
But yes, but I do like the other two decks more. I think that would be probably the perfect deck family in my opinion. We have Moth with the Queen of Chocolate Pentacles. So yes.
Okay. Not too bad.
Nope, not too bad at all. And then we have Salts with Togetherness.
Did you have pairings, Alana?
I do actually. So one of them would that I thought of only like while we were doing this
Yes.
And I think I thought about it before, but I forgot all about it. And then, but that's the one by Push Kitty, which is the Little Buddha Tarot, and the Little Buddha Oracle, because I feel like
Interesting.
it's got that sort of watercolory kind of thing. I wish I thought about it, so I guess I can actually, so I would have had it to show you.
Well, you're
But
going to be
maybe,
doing a video, right? You'll show it in
yeah,
there.
exactly. So I
Mhm.
can do it then. But some that I already had pulled out. One, and this is a deck that I think I've only used once, but it's super cute. And it because of the fact that it's Winnie the Pooh and the world and stuff like
Mhm.
that kind of thing. I thought of the Bumbleberry Hollows Tarot deck. I don't know if anybody remembers this deck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen it around.
Mhm.
Yes. So, and because it's got that sort of soft sort of world, but these ones they're a little bit. I'll show you here. Okay, so let me pull. Here we've got Fool and we've got.
I hear your cat.
You hear her?
Yeah.
She's something else.
I don't know. I felt like the soft color, watercolor sort of thing
Move to
kind
your
of.
left just a little bit.
Say that again.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you
Perfect.
go.
Okay, so yeah, because of the sort of the soft, sort of playful color kind of palette, I felt like these two could play together. Of course, this one has, I feel like, because of the way that it's drawn, I do like what was that one, the one that from US Games, and we both have
When
it.
your soul whispered. When your
Yes,
soul
thank you.
whispered.
That one. Yeah. But when in regards to thinking about the inner child and the inner child work and that sort of magical sort of worldly kind of thing,
Yeah.
the Bumbleberry Hollows is what came up for me
Okay.
in regards to that. And I just think that the artwork in this is, so here's the Seven of Wands, is really, really cute. It is a little bit more of a pip style deck,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in that regard. But yeah, I really like that. And then I had and then here's the gilding, which is, kind of got this same matching kind of gilding effect, if you will.
Yeah.
Also, the other one that I had is, oh, here it is. So this one, I actually just did the video, which is I posted it in the wee hours yesterday. And this one is the Sacred Reflections Oracle deck.
Sacred Reflections Oracle deck.
By Charlene Windus.
Yeah, I saw you posted that video. I've never heard of that deck before, though. Is it indie?
It is. It is.
Okay.
This is what the box looks like.
Nice
Oh,
box,
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. It's gorgeous. Kind of how that looks. And then, of course, the guidebook. And then here are the cards. No, not that. So the cards have, so they've got this sort of gold foiling border, if you will.
Interesting.
And it's got it's the art is very sort of got that soft watercolory kind of thing. And I feel like the reason why I think I like this is more of like the other one I think that is popping into mind right now too, that I think would complement this really well as well, is the Spacious Tarot. And because of the fact that there's no people and it's about the environment, I feel like it complements Winnie the Pooh that way, because Winnie the Pooh is the character is there, right? You have that, and then you have the one without people, right? So this oracle deck is, and of course this one's back in order, but this is the sort of the palette. And because it's more about landscapes and stuff, I feel like it gives the characters from Winnie the Pooh like a place, if you will, to like venture, right? In regards to that. And so I really like this deck because of that. And it's got that introspection, that the like I said, that it's sacred reflections, right? And I mean, and it's got the gilding there.
It's a thick oracle deck. How many cards are in there?
72.
Oh my god.
Wow, great.
72.
That's like beautiful. Mwah.
Yeah.
I love when oracle decks are thick.
Yeah.
I hate when oracle decks are like 30 cards. I'm like,
yeah,
why?
well, I do talk about that, the beef that we have with Rockpool.
I love Rockpool, but they make decks
so much, but
they make a lot of decks at 36 a lot of the time.
That's not flying with me. I mean, I do have some of their decks that do have the 36 cards.
Yeah, me too. I have a lot of their decks that have
don't get me
36
wrong.
cards. I still love them, but wish there was more.
I'm complaining about it. I still have some of these decks, right? But yeah, like this one blew me away. In regards to like when I got it and I was like, how many cards? What? And the oracle size, and it's 72. So this is a chunky deck, okay, to shuffle to, and I still riffle and bridge this deck. So
wow. God damn. You must have real strong hands.
I know.
Yeah, wow. Small, wet, mighty. Yeah, and the cardstock is just it's beautiful. So yeah, that's what I have. Those are my pairings. So yeah, what did anything that you've thought of, Brittany?
I have 3. I don't know that I'll actually like them. So one is the Hedge Botanical, I think it's called, by Cielo Thompson.
I was thinking that too, because I have that deck as well. I was also thinking her animal deck, because she has an animal version.
I don't have that.
Me too.
Because I think the animal one too would go better.
I need it. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking also.
So obviously I'm kind of trying this on the fly because I haven't been able to test this out, but this is what kind of came to mind at first. So we have Death and we have Enjoy. So that's an interesting pairing. Sorry, let's see if I can get the focus to.
I kind of like that though.
Yeah, like I don't hate that. And then let me just pull some more. Like I feel like that goes well together. It goes really well.
Yeah, I like that actually.
Connection and Justice.
I feel like I didn't show like the two
together.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
You did the other one, but
yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think I really like these together. This is Clarity and the Knight of Swords.
I'm gonna have to bring that one in too because I have it also.
Yeah, I thought you did. I wasn't sure.
That looks nice.
I couldn't remember. I knew you had one of them. I couldn't remember.
Yes, that's the one I have. That one doesn't have a lot of cards in it though.
No, it doesn't. Oh, that's so nice together.
Llewellyn, make oracle decks that are thicker.
I know.
Even though I think the animal one has more cards in it.
Okay. And then
actually,
the other one I was thinking was this interesting. I got this, I think, in when I was still subscribed to Tamed Wild, maybe. This is called Stress Reduction Essentials.
Oh yes, they have some interesting decks. Them.
Yeah. So I was thinking.
Can I see the box again?
Oh sure. So here's like the front or whichever, and then here's the side.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta look that up.
They sell a bunch of decks on their website. Just go to Tamed Wild.
It was Tamed Wild. It was so long ago I couldn't even remember who it was.
Let me see. Tamed Wild. Well, doesn't it say on the box? It doesn't say on the box?
No.
Not even the
Maybe-
back? Not
Oh.
even inside? There's no logo, nothing? That's weird.
No, it says
See.
distributed by eResonance.
Where are their decks?
It might be in this little printout
Kits
thing.
and, maybe kits and gift sets, maybe?
Yeah, it just says it's from eResonance. 41 global artists. I don't generally like decks like that, like we mentioned earlier, but I mean, it's such a different deck. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, I was thinking of trying these together just to see. So this is the Queen of Pentacles, and then this card is the Essential Oils card. So it's kind of like figuring out cards for stress reduction.
If it was from them, they probably don't have it anymore.
Oh yeah, this was years ago. Like this is before.
But they have other decks. Like they have a moon deck that's really
Yeah.
cute, and
I mean, it could have even been goddess
runes.
provisions. This is before I even started doing Witch's Moon. So it was a long time ago.
Okay.
I'm not sure how I feel about this, how I feel about the things. Like this is 3 of Pentacles and Baths. I don't know. I don't know that I like this deck. It just came in a box that I had.
I like the other pairing that you showed.
Oh, way better. Way better. The other one that I wanted to try, only because I haven't really figured out how I want to use this deck, is the Gentle Chaos Oracle.
Oh, yes, yes.
So
I have been using that with the Wildlands Tarot because they're both photography, but I took out the cartoon cards, the ones that are like animated or kind of drawn.
I took out
cards, and I've just been using the photography cards. That's it.
I took out the people cards because they were weird.
Oh my god, I forgot one deck that I wanted to I was gonna pair with, but that's not a big deal because actually I can probably ask Priscilla to show it, so I don't have to get up.
Okay, what deck?
The Wisdom Within. Sacred Scribe.
So even though this is very like watercolor paired or matched with, photography, I actually kind of like these together. I think I would obviously use it with the pocket edition just to show the god dang it. Just to show the size. I think that goes.
Yeah, they're more in terms of height. They're more.
Okay,
Yeah,
so this is
you know
so
what?
weird.
Actually, to be honest, I like that pairing that you just put with the smaller deck. For some reason, I feel like this, with it being smaller from the Wisdom of the Pooh, I feel like it collabs a bit better with that deck.
Yeah. Okay, so weird thing. I'm just doing pairings, but I pulled the same card from the different decks for the pairing. So it's really funny. I just thought it was. So I actually think I like that. I think I might consider exploring the pairings with Gentle. I pulled out the self-portraits. I still think that's weird, honestly. Like someone else's self-portraits in my deck. So I pulled that out.
Okay.
From which deck?
The Gentle Chaos.
Oh, okay.
And I've been trying to figure out ways how I want to use it because I don't hate the deck. I just don't like it in completion.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I pulled out all the cards that look like they're like cartoony and just kept the photography cards. That's all I've been using is the photography cards.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I'm going to try it out this way.
Now, for me, the reason why I asked, I was saying for Priscilla to bring the Wisdom Within is just because of the fact that it's Wisdom of Pooh, and then the idea of Wisdom Within, we're pulling out the wisdom from Pooh, so it's just,
Yeah, so this is like another affirmation deck. I do have an unboxing of this on my channel.
What's the back look like?
games.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
don't hate it. I actually don't hate it.
And I think it's and I really like how I really love that deck actually. Well, that was one that I remember I wanted for a while, and then I didn't get it until Priscilla showed it on her channel. I was like, then my piggies went nuts.
Yeah.
And then we were like, I need it. Uh,
Well, it's mass
Now,
market, so
now you got me thinking
Yeah.
about another one.
yeah, and then I got that one, and then of course then Priscilla had to go and then show the other one by
yeah, I
Sacred
showed
Scar.
pretty much everything that they've put out thus far
Yeah.
Mhm.
because they sent me everything, but
So the piggy went and had to go buy that other one too because of Priscilla.
Sounds about right.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
I
I was
know.
like,
I know. I know.
I was like, and she'll do it again.
I know,
For
but
sure.
she will do it again because she already has. So now I have this dilemma because I want the what's that one? The love one. That they secret the
The divine codes.
thank you,
Okay.
that one. But now
Yeah.
I'm like, but there's
That one
there's a
pairs amazingly with the Rosebud Tarot, just so you know.
well, that's originally why I wanted that deck, right? But then now I have the dilemma because, of course, there's the original, and then there's the lavender one or the lavender version, and I'm trying to figure out what the difference between the two are.
The previous version is indie only. The new version is mass market. That's the difference. So there will be a price difference with the two of them.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what was it?
So the one you can find on Amazon. So the one I showed on my channel is the one you can find in bookstores, Amazon. You can get it at Chapters Indigo if you want to. You can get it on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, whatever. Like it's readily available. Where the other version is only available through her website. So Leah's website, Sacred Scribe Publishing, you can only get it from her.
So now I gotta figure out which one I'm gonna get. If I'm gonna get the one from Amazon, I'm gonna get the one from her because like now.
Well, you can get the new version also from her. I think it's the same price in my opinion. I'm just not sure about shipping. It does ship directly from the manufacturer though, so there shouldn't be any extra charges in my opinion. I think it comes straight from China. So
Gotcha. But now
I
I
think
still
anyway.
want to see what they're gonna both look like and what the difference is because
You can
if it
probably
sounded
find an
color-
unboxing of the original. I'm sure there's an unboxing on YouTube.
Yeah, I gotta go look and then figure it out. So that's my dilemma now: is which one of those versions of that deck do I want?
Yeah. I actually wanted to talk about the coin that was part of the Kickstarter. It was one of the
Oh
stretch
yeah, the
goals.
coin.
So if you did the Kickstarter, you would have gotten the coin if you did like I think the regular deck and up, like the tier, like original size, like the full size deck and up. I think was you would get the coin. I actually wanted to know your opinion, Brittany, on it because I know you do things with different divination coins. You have like several different kinds. I actually really like the weight of this. This is my first divination coin. I didn't own anything prior to this one.
Yeah.
But I really like the weight of it. It feels like really nice and heavy. It feels also very good quality as well. So I wanted to know like what you thought about it because I know that you have other coins and you use coins in your practice and stuff. So I
Oh
was
my
curious.
gosh. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember. Um, I think it is still packed away.
Oh, it wasn't in your box? Oh, okay.
I think so. I actually left the coin out when I
To
do my
use,
top
I'm
down
assuming.
videos.
Yeah.
There's stuff that's flat, but then there's stuff that I'm looking at just because
Okay.
I think it's pretty, and the
Yeah.
coin was one of them. So
Oh,
I
okay.
think it is put away somewhere, and I'm not 100% sure where. Um,
There we go.
I recall it being a little lighter, I think, than some of the other coins that I have.
Oh, okay.
It's either
Is that a
lighter
good thing or a bad thing when it comes to coins, though? Because me personally, I don't really know.
as an individual coin, I would say indifferent. But
Oh,
if
okay.
you're adding coins to like say you're creating a set of like coins to do
Okay.
pulls from or tosses with or flips with or
Okay.
something, it would be weird to have one that is slightly off.
Okay.
But aesthetically, I felt like it was fine. Is it a yes no coin? Can you remind me?
Yeah, technically you could use it as a yes no coin because one side has like oh bother and it's the 4 of swords, and then the other side has Pooh literally eating honey and all the 4 suits. So in my opinion, sure. And one side it says a day without a friend is like a pot without a single drop of honey, and then on the oh bother side it says it's not much of a tale, but I'm sort of attached to it. Which is something that Eeyore says all the time when he loses his tail. So, yeah.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't remember which card is on the yes side of things. I know there is a card that where he's Pooh is eating honey. I just don't remember which one it was. I just have to look. I have my full size.
What, you're talking about the coin?
Yeah, because the no side where it says oh bother, that's the 4 of swords.
Yeah.
The other side, I don't remember which card that is.
I think it might be the magician.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not?
No, the magician is rabbit.
Okay, because there's the reason why I said that is because there's wands and swords on here.
Yeah, I know, but
and cups and pentacles.
The art in the center is what I'm talking about. What's around it was extra. It was added, extra. Okay. I think is like decoration. But I know there's a card in here where he's like eating honey. It's one of the honey pots cards, maybe. Yeah, this one, the 5 of cups. You see the way he's like eating the honey.
Yeah,
it's the same kind of way that he's eating the honey on the card. So I mean on the coin. So that's what I was looking for.
And I think it's really cute too that the coin because again if we're like you know me and my synchronicities and that whole thing there, but one thing that I just happened to notice is the fact that so the coin says like I just realized that the oh bother.
Yeah.
Okay, I found it.
So the coin.
Oh yeah, it matches the book.
And the book has oh bother.
For those who are joining now, this book is from Running Press, just so you know. Yes. It is not from Rue and Vervain, just to clarify. And you can get it from Running Press. It's already released. It released May 7th.
Yes.
Available on Amazon. Right. Wherever you find books, it's available.
Let me see here. I have the
coin. Yes, you found it.
So this is like the kind you can basically get off of Amazon. This is
that's like your standard yes no coin.
So it's a little smaller, just if you happen to have these, and a little thicker. So you would be able to feel it like if you had it in a bag of other coins, you'd be able to feel it, but weight wise, it feels the same.
Oh, it feels the same weight wise? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I have another coin from a different Kickstarter that I was mixing it up with in my brain, which is smaller and lighter.
Oh, okay.
But I will say though, I think let me see, comparing this to my other coins. It's actually the same size as my other coins. So I would say that on average it's a pretty normal size coin. So really good quality, easy to mix and match if you have a very specific style, because this does change just slightly from seller to seller on Amazon.
Yeah.
So I'm able to just pull out another coin that just comparison that I happen to have here. Oh, this is totally different. So this one is actually from the what's it called? Eye of the Ocean. It's the playing card and book set. So it's a whole, like it's a novel, and it comes with like 4 different playing cards, and they all sort of incorporate into the story. So that one, the first set of the Eye of the Ocean, because volume 2 now is out. Well, I say out, I mean, sorry, it already kickstarted and it's in the process of whatever. But this is the first one. So this, and the coin, I don't know if you can tell, but it's flatter here.
It's thin.
Very thin, as opposed to, like you can see.
Yeah, very thin.
Yeah. So that's the difference there with those coins. And then I think I have another one from the Lillifer Tarot. I also have the gold, I think the coin that came from the gold edition.
Oh, nice.
Let's see if I can pull out that coin here.
Oops. I think it's an interesting coin, though. I couldn't remember for the life of me what it said on it till you described it.
Yeah.
Which one? The
Wisdom of
Pooh.
Yeah, it's a nice coin. I think they chose well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad that she went with like the brighter gold, because I know she was thinking of doing like something more antique with like
bronzy,
with bronzy kind of finishing. But I like the
more
selection.
Like this color instead of this color.
I think so.
Or perhaps
I think so, but I like the one that she chose instead.
Yeah, perhaps it was closer to like
really nice. Yeah, maybe.
I actually prefer this, but I don't think that I would add this into my coin collection because it's so unique. So this is more so in my collectibles collection.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only coin that I have, so I'll probably use it if I want to do something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Since I don't have any other coins to do yes or no questions with, even though I can use tarot for yes or no, or use I have the oracle deck, the crystal ball oracle, that's also yes or no, or the angel answers, which are also yes or no oracle. So I have decks that I can use.
You have options.
This is the Lillifer, and this one is a yes or no coin.
Yeah.
Nice. And then so you can see that even the Wisdom of the Pooh still looks a little bit thicker to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a touch,
yeah. So, but the weight wise, I say they're probably about the same.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's a nice coin, and it's not just some, because I think this one actually I got with a Kickstarter, which I was just like, okay, I could have gotten this off of Amazon, but thanks. Yeah. So I like that it's a unique coin, and I also I guess it depends on what people's collections are, right?
True.
Because I don't mind that it's not a yes no coin, because I have 3 of them already. I really don't need a 4th one.
Yeah, so, technically you could still use it as a yes no coin, though.
You can. And I think maybe, it'll be fun to see how it works with the tarot too. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I've resigned it. I just decided that it'll be my collectible coin, and it'll just be on display. So when I'm doing my readings on live, I can see it, and it's just something pretty for my setup.
Yeah, pretty for yourself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm okay with. It, it depends on everybody's needs, but I think coins are really fun, and when they're made very uniquely, I think that makes it even more fun. So as another contrast to, like I explained, this one's super basic. I got this one with the Meraki Tarot as part of the giveaway I won, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So this is a really fancy yes no coin where
wow,
you could see a lot of the print that is similar to how they do their tarot.
Yeah.
And sorry, it's really dark. I'm still working on my setup, guys. Don't judge me. But this one is smaller, thinner, and lighter.
Okay.
But it's also very pretty. So this is both of these, both the Pooh and this were just on my setup for aesthetic reasons.
Yeah, decoration.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Serafina says that she keeps hers on her altar, which is
Yeah,
nice. I like
similar.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't consider this my altar, but it's still a nice space.
Yeah.
It's my tarot space, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that. I also I realized there's more stuff I put on the bottom to protect of this box.
Ooh, what'd you put in it?
I put the stickers.
Yeah.
I really love the stickers.
You can still get the stickers. I believe there's $6 USD for a sheet.
I think it's a
You can
whole
get from
sticker
the
book,
website.
isn't it?
No, there's the sticker book, but you can also get the stickers separately.
Oh.
These
okay.
particular stickers,
Wait, so
I'm
there's
pretty
a
sure I
sticker
saw
book
that.
too?
Yes, there is a sticker book. Yes.
Yes.
Let me go back to her shop.
So I really like the sticker book, or the stickers rather.
Yeah, sticker sheets.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah,
with
so
stickers,
here we
man.
go. Wisdom of the Pooh sticker set. This is $6. So you can get the major arcana, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 2 sheets. You get the 22 major arcana and the moon phase plus suit stickers. That's $6 for those 2 sheets that you can get. And then there's the sticker book, which is on pre-order currently. It's the Pooh's Mystical sticker book. It's $20 USD. And you can pre-order it currently. It comes with 60 pages of stickers. The major arcana stickers, minor arcana stickers, moon phase stickers, and astrological stickers is what's in there.
Stickers, and more stickers.
Lots of stickers. And if you wanted to get the what is it? The collector's bundle, the sticker book is part of that collector's bundle, just to let you know.
Okay.
In case you wanted to get that. So yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I also wanted to talk about the plush because I was actually surprised. I wasn't even expecting him. And he was in
Me
there. And I
neither.
was like, oh my God. This is actually on sale still, and is still available. It is a limited edition plush. I did say in my video that I wasn't sure if that meant like once he was gone, and you wouldn't be able to get him anymore. But he is still on sale, $18 USD from $38. So that, in my opinion, is a good deal. He's really soft and really cute. I feel like the plush is really good quality. There's a tag with their brand on it, and it comes from Stuffed Animal Pros, which is really nice. So yeah, he lives and sits on my chair that I'm currently sitting on, but when I'm not sitting on it, I have pillows and stuffed animals, and he lives there. So
Yeah.
No,
I don't have a spot for him
I
yet,
think
but-
mine too, because as small as based on his size, he's probably gonna live inside the box.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, no. I want him to see the daylight, so he sits in my chair with my other stuff.
I feel like he can easily like sit over here behind, like when this box isn't here. But I'm
Yeah.
not
Just leave it
sure.
on display. He's cute.
I had a lot
Oh,
of
they're
fun.
working on a Tigger plush. Love it.
So that again?
Serafina just said that he is limited, so that means that when this plush is sold out on the website, he will be no longer available, and that they're currently working on a Tigger plush for the upcoming campaign, which, by the way, is next month. So
Yay!
Wisdom of Pooh and Tigger 2 will be next month on Kickstarter, so definitely sign up to Rue and Vervain's newsletter to be kept in the loop with all of that, so you can know when it goes live or when there's a link to save and bookmark to be notified and stuff like that. So definitely sign up. Also, if you sign up to their newsletter, they have updates on their upcoming work, so the Alice in Wonderland and different things that are going on with their website and stuff like that. So definitely sign up to their newsletter. You can stay informed that way. Also, give Rue and Vervain a follow on Instagram because they post like all kinds of updates on there too. You can see like artwork and stuff for the Wisdom of Pooh and Tigger 2, as well as the Alice in Wonderland deck that's coming next year, which is
oh my god, that's so exciting. I just wanted
Yeah.
to say, so Tigger here is really excited because he's going to get another Tigger friend. So I cannot wait for that one. Yeah, that's going to be really, really exciting. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, I can't wait. This is Yeah, Serafina, you and your team have, like, you guys truly amaze me. You're outdoing yourself, even like with this, and then
Literally.
now, like, Alice in Wonderland. Like, I'm like, all the piggies are going wild. It's like, so, like, now, like, they want to dig up all their Alice in Wonderland stuff, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's gonna be another thing. So
The best.
yeah, I can't wait for that. So yeah.
I wanted to talk a little bit about the deep dive into the Wisdom of Pooh guidebook that you can get. Like, I wanted to talk a little bit about the structure, since we all have like a PDF version of it, thanks to Serafina. So Serafina was kind enough to send us a PDF version of the guidebook, which you can now get. So you can get the PDF version now on the website.
Yes.
Obviously, be aware that there may be changes that will be coming to the upcoming version, like edits and things like that. In case there's any in case you find any mistakes or anything like that in the PDF version, the physical version will obviously be updated and things like that. The physical version is obviously available for pre-order on the website and everything like that. But the structure is really nice. So I actually took the time when Serafina sent it, and I actually went through it. I read actually a lot of the introduction and things like that. With it. So the table of contents, we have acknowledgments, we have a dedication, there's a preface, there's a message from the creators, a message from the artists. It talks about the birth of Winnie the Pooh. It talks about a brief history of tarot. We have, which is by Jessie, by the way. So Jessie wrote that section.
I saw that. That's so cool.
Yeah. And then we have a section on the Enchantress of Tarot, which talks about Pamela Coleman Smith. And we have a portion that talks about how to use the tarot deck. There's a section on card spreads. Now, the card spreads were created by Dustin from Modern Metaphysique on YouTube. And we have how to use this guide. So there's a section on how to use the guidebook and whatnot. Then it goes into the major arcana, the minor arcana with different suits. And then we have further reading at the end and about the creators. So I really liked it. I thought it was very interesting. I feel like they really went into a lot of depth with the birth of Winnie the Pooh and the history behind that. It was really nice to see all of that, and talked about Pooh's legacy. There's obviously a section on how Winnie the Pooh got his name and things like that, which is from Winnie, a Canadian bear. So there was some Canadian history in here, which I love so much. I love so much. And Alana, I don't know if you remember. So when I read that part in the guidebook, I was thinking of the commercial that used to be on TV where they had the Canadian history minutes. It's like a short little commercial.
Yes,
just talking
I remember
and
that.
and they talked about the bear Winnie, and I think it was in Alberta or something, in the zoo. I just kept thinking of that commercial all the time while I was reading that part. It was like great. There's also like this little timeline in the book. It's really, really fun. We have obviously the history and things like that. The spreads are great. So all the spreads
are nice.
Astrological based, but really interesting. We have like a Mercury retrograde spread that's like Pooh, Wisdom of the Pooh related, and then we have like Chiron spread that's talking about like capturing your heffalumps, and there's like a chart to know what your Chiron is, which is so interesting. I really like the spreads a lot. We have a solar return spread that is like birthday honeypot. So I like how they bring in like astrology, but also link it to Pooh, which is like so fun in my opinion. So I really thought that was like well done. So how to use this guide. So there's different sections for each card. We have the story of the card. We have the symbols. We have the original Rider-Waite-Smith card. We have upright meaning, reverse meaning, extreme meaning, fun facts, a deep dive, and the symbols and their meaning. So there's a lot of depth, and I love the fact that they didn't just do this for the major arcana. I have a thing where you do a guidebook and then you go really in depth with the major arcana, and then the minors are just like a paragraph. And I'm just like, Why? Like, you could have kept the same structure. So I really like when guidebooks go into depth and keep the
Yeah.
same structure throughout the whole thing. And you get that in this deep dive guidebook. Like, the structure is the same for every single card, including the minors, including the courts, which I really love about this. So you don't, it's not like half-assed.
Yeah.
Majors are really well done, and then the minors are just a paragraph, and that's it. You get everything for every single card, including the bonus cards. So El Fulio, Pure Joy, Togetherness, Bravery, they're all in the guidebook as well, and they go into depth. They each have their own story and things like that. So I really like this. I actually was wondering if one of you would like to pull a card and I can read straight from the guidebook so people can see how it's read. So if you wanted to do that,
I could do that. I will say I also really like that in the guidebook it has like a little photo of the original Rider-Waite-Smith. So if you're trying to do a true deep dive of the crossovers of the symbolism and where things diverge. It's really nice that that's in there as well.
Yeah, and they also have the original symbolism as well. So we have the small image, but the first part of the symbolism is literally from the original, with the original from the original card. So you really get the differences between the new card and the original card, which is really cool.
Do you want me to just pull one card?
Yeah, just pull one card and I'll
let me
find it in the guidebook and read.
All right. We have the Ace of Chocolate Pentacles.
Okay. Pentacles. I'm just going to search for it. Here we go. Okay, so it starts off with a big full color picture of the card.
I can't wait for this book.
And then you go straight into the first entry. So it starts off by saying Ace of Pentacles, opportunity, good fortune, prosperity. The story. It was shaping up to be a glorious day in the 100-acre wood. Winnie the Pooh had just awoken and was admiring a particularly playful ray of sunlight beaming through his window, and that seemed to cast a magical glow over the room. As he stretched his fluffy arms and blinked the sleep from his eyes, Pooh let out a big yawn and thought to himself, what a splendid day for an adventure. With a bit of bounce in his step, Pooh stepped out of his cozy little house, his rumbling tummy reminding him that breakfast was indeed the most important meal of the day. Time for a smackerel or two of honey, Pooh announced, as he gave his round belly a pat. And with that, he set off down the path toward his favorite honey tree. As he strolled along the familiar paths of the forest, he noticed a particular glow in the distance. Intrigued, he followed the shimmering light until he stumbled upon a mysterious pile of golden seeds glistening in the sunlight. Pooh had never seen seeds quite like these before and was filled with curiosity about what kind of magical plants such wondrous seeds would grow. Pooh decided the only way to find out was to plant the seeds and see what would happen. And so Pooh spent the afternoon planting the mysterious seeds in his garden. The next morning, as he stepped outside, he was amazed to find that the seeds had grown overnight into magical chocolate pentacles, their golden hues shimmering just like the seeds had done the day before. Pooh blinked in disbelief, hardly daring to believe what his eyes were seeing. How very curious, he muttered to himself as he observed the rows upon rows of glimmering pentacles. I must be dreaming. As he pinched himself, quite gently of course, the chocolate pentacles remained, their sweet scent filling the air with the most delightfully rich fragrance. Unable to resist the temptation of the delicious treats, curiosity got the better of Pooh, and he reached out and plucked one of the chocolate pentacles from the ground. With a delighted hum, he popped it into his mouth and savored the rich velvety taste. "Oh my!" exclaimed Pooh, his eyes widening with wonder. "This is the most delicious thing I've ever tasted, but where could these seeds have come from?" And just then, as if in answer to Pooh's question, a soft hum filled the air and a shimmering light suddenly appeared above him. Pooh looked up and gasped in amazement as a large golden pentacle, dazzling and radiant, appeared in the sky, glowing with an otherworldly light. "Well, hello there, Pooh Bear!" came a gentle voice emanating from the sky above. Pooh blinked and looked around, trying to find the source of the voice. "Who's there?" he asked cautiously. "Is that you, Piglet?" "Silly old bear, it is I, the spirit of the 100-acre wood," replied the voice, its tone warm and inviting. "I have come to show you all the magical abundance that surrounds you, Pooh Bear." Pooh's eyes widened and with wonder as he watched the large pentacle in the sky shimmer and dance with a dazzling delight. Dazzling display, of light. Very curious indeed, Pooh whispered to himself as he stared wide-eyed at the mystical light in the sky. Then suddenly his brow furrowed, and he contemplated the spirit's words. Pardon me, spirit, but what exactly is abundance?" he asked, his curiosity piqued. The spirit of the word smiled and gestured toward the chocolate pentacles growing at Pooh's feet. "Well, abundance means having plenty, Pooh, and these chocolate pentacles represent the richness and prosperity that abounds here in the 100-acre wood," explained the spirit. "They are a reminder that your kind heart and curious soul and blessed you with all that you will ever need. And because of your giving nature and generosity, there is plenty to share with all of those you love and hold dear." Pooh nodded, with his heart swelling with gratitude. "And what about this rather large pentacle in the sky?" he asked, pointing upward. "Is that made of chocolate too?" The spirit giggled softly. "No, that, my dear Pooh, is a symbol of the infinite possibilities and opportunities that await you. It is a sign that the magical energy of the 100-acre wood is conspiring in your favor." Pooh listened intently, his eyes sparkling and with wonder as he took in the magical scene before him. "And what does a bear such as myself do with all this abo abun all this plenty?" asked Pooh. He can't say abundance, is so funny.
Aw.
The spirit of the wood smiled and gently replied, "Well, all you really need to do, dear Pooh, is open your heart to receive the gifts that surround you. Trust in the magic of the 100-acre wood and continue sharing your gifts with others, and you shall always find yourself blessed with all you need." Pooh nodded humbly. "Thank you, spirit. I shall do just that." As the spirit faded back into the forest, Pooh began gathering the chocolate pentacles one by one, excited to share the magical gifts with all his friends. And as he did, a smile began to spread across Pooh's face, for he couldn't help but feel very thankful for the ever present spirit of abundance and prosperity that surrounded not only him, but all the beloved creatures of the mystical and magical 100-acre wood. So that's the story associated with the card. And you can definitely see that the meaning of the card is within the story. So you're reading a story to understand the card. And then, of course, on the side of the first page, there's the symbolism that's associated with the Rider-Waite Smith. So we have pentacles, which is our element of earth, material world. We have lilies, purity and innocence. Red roses, which is passion, love, ambition. Lush garden, which is abundance and prosperity. Green grass, rather, wealth and better days ahead. A double bordered pentacle, which denotes increased value. There's a door, which talks about being related to opportunity, transition, and beginnings. A pentagram, which is interconnectedness, balance, and protection. Then after the story, you go into the upright meaning. which is the following. The Ace of Chocolate Pentacles in the upright position suggests a time of new beginnings, particularly in the material and financial realms, is upon us. It signifies a period abundant with opportunities where we have the chance to manifest our goals and ambitions and realize our full potential. And this card indicates that our desires are within reach and attainable through purposeful action. Often it suggests the inception rather of a new venture or financial endeavor that promises long-term success and security. The Ace of Chocolate Pentacles brings a positive message of material gain, happiness, and contentment, encouraging us to seize new opportunities and lay foundations for the future. Then after that, it goes into the reverse meaning of the card, which is when reversed, the Ace of Chocolate Pentacles suggests a period marked by financial setbacks or missed opportunities, possibly stemming from a lack of financial or material planning. It could indicate experiencing financial losses, which lead to missed opportunities for prosperity or encouraging setbacks in new ventures. This card may also serve as a reminder that focusing excessively on material wealth may lead us to overlook other aspects of life that bring true fulfillment and contentment. It serves as a gentle warning to reevaluate our priorities and ensure we are investing our time and resources wisely. And then we go into the extreme meaning. So at its extreme,
Damn,
the
like
Ace of
you ain't.
Chocolate. Yeah. I'm reading the whole entry, like so everyone could know what they get when they get this book because
No, I
it's
know,
amazing.
but
It's so
I'm
much depth.
loving
I love
every minute of this. I'm just shocked that it's not done yet.
it. No. There's a lot. It's a few pages. So, as at its extreme, the Ace of Chocolate Pentacles signifies an obsession with wealth and material possessions. This singular focus on financial gain can come at the expense of our relationships, health, and or other important aspects of life. It may also lead to feelings of isolation or emptiness, underscoring the importance of balance and perspective in our pursuit of prosperity. Then it goes into the deep dive, and it states the following. So the following is the Ace of Chocolate Pentacles is a card that brings with it the promise of new beginnings, especially in the world of material things and finances. It tells of opportunities for abundance, prosperity, and the growth of our financial well-being. This card also suggests the start of new ventures in business, work, or money matters, offering the hope of stability and security. It reminds us to keep our feet firmly on the ground, to attend to practical matters, and make the most of the chances that come our way. Overall, the Ace of Chocolate Pentacles is a card filled with positivity, symbolizing potential, prosperity, and the fulfillment of our material goals and wishes. In the story, Winnie the Pooh steps outside to find rows of chocolate pentacles instead of the usual brush and trees. Then suddenly, a shimmering light and a gentle voice reveal themselves as the spirit of the wood, who explains that the chocolate pentacles symbolize the abundance and prosperity of the 100-acre wood, a gift for Pooh's kind heart. The spirit encourages Pooh to open his heart to receive this abundance. For Winnie the Pooh, who is known far and wide for his gentle spirit, the Ace of Chocolate Pentacles is a symbol of hope and optimism. It encourages Pooh as he wanders through the 100-acre wood to take time to marvel at the beauty of the world all around him, tapping into the innate sense of wonder and awe that abounds the wood. This card actually went through several transitions before we landed on the final design. Once again, we were torn between honoring Pixie's rendition of the card, and Pixie, by the way, in case anyone doesn't know, that's Pamela Coleman Smith, and finding artwork or a theme that fit into the world of the 100-acre wood. We landed on an original E.H. Shepard piece titled Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. Initially, we had Kat recreate the image with just Pooh and Piglet. However, as we were reviewing the suits, it felt important to have the characters featured alone in the aces. So
Yeah.
we had Kat update the artwork and remove Piglet. Other than adding the chocolate pentacles to the garden, Kat kept most of the original features of the artwork and did a fabulous job recreating the magic of the original while incorporating the elements of the Ace of Pentacles. And there is a picture of the draft that they did inside the book as well. So it says draft Ace of Pentacles artwork, where it's Pooh and Piglet together. Now, the last thing here that's stated is the symbols and their meanings. We have the first symbol and their meaning being opportunity. And opportunity says the Ace of Chocolate Pentacles features a large golden pentacle being presented to Pooh outside of his home. In the tarot, the pentacle is a symbol for earth and the material world. The presentation of the pentacle to Pooh represents opportunities now appearing and being present that weren't available before. These new opportunities and possibilities are shown by the door, which symbolizes opportunity and transition. The red roses represent the passion and ambition we need to take advantage of the opportunities being presented to us. And then the second symbol in their meaning that they have listed is good fortune and prosperity, which states the good fortune being offered by the Ace of Chocolate Pentacles is represented by the offering of the large pentacle in the sky. The green grass can also be interpreted as greener pastures or better times ahead. Abundance and prosperity are also symbolized by the lush garden with the plentiful growth of chocolate pentacles. And that's it for that particular entry. Oh, they do have the original artwork that is by E.H. Shepard also in the book as well. So this was the original artwork that inspired the draft artwork, which they then changed to the final artwork that we have now. So yeah, so that was everything I read
Wow.
for the Ace of Chocolate Pentacles. As you can see, the entries are very detailed. The structure is fantastic. I love the story in the beginning. It just makes you, it really gets you to like go into Winnie the Pooh and the characters and just it's really cute. I love how they did that and really brought that in. I think that was a nice touch to understand the card, but in like story form, so you get like that Winnie the Pooh kind of vibe, but also a hint of what the card means as well, like traditional tarot meaning anyway. So I really like that a lot.
I absolutely love that. And I think the more that you continued to go on, and that I was realizing you weren't done yet, I'm thinking, damn. Well, Serafina and her team there, they more than outdid themselves. Like they've like outer space themselves. Like I was like that's even a thing. But I was like, it blew me away. And you know where, okay, so here's the other thing that I kind of I felt like I was thrown into a deep dive. So as we've been doing our walkthroughs, and and I've seen other people's walkthroughs and stuff like that, and we're when I think about present day and where we're at society wise, and the fact that we're dealing with so many people and so much unhealed trauma and things like that. The one thing that I want to compliment Serafina and her sister together on is that the joint the blessings and the prayer card. So I know that there was a lot of there's been a lot of controversy when it comes to that, about uh their decision to include that. Right. And I thought it was very special. Like I said, like I do, I would consider myself to be very spiritual. I do talk about my upbringing and hanging on to Christianity in that regard. But not following the dogmatic sort of, you know, aspects of religion. But one thing that I felt like and again, it goes back to the idea of personal touch and things like that, is the blessing and the prayer card. And when I heard or read Serafina's explanation, I read this off of someone else's channel video, and it was because it was in response to something that someone said, and Serafina, the way she addressed it, I felt was very amicable, and you know, and she didn't have to go into any explanation, right? Like in regard to that, like to me, when it comes to the understanding, and again, what this whole Winnie the Pooh world sort of represents is the idea of acceptance. The self-acceptance, and as we self-accept, we're leaving room for the acceptance of others, because they, you know, we're imperfect beings, right? And so to me, that's what this whole idea of Winnie the Pooh's story is about, right? And you know, and what that means and how that sort of reflects in society. And so Serafina's and her sisters, you know, special touch to each other was to include that card as a way to join, that even though they come from separate paths, they can still emerge together in unity, right? And that's right. And so, but there was a lot of you know, what I was hearing or seeing sort of in reading the commentary about, you know, and so Serafina addressed this about the idea of, you know, with trauma and religious trauma. And there's a lot of people that have that, right? And because of that, people tend to be triggered. But we have to remember, and again, this sort of goes back to the whole, what I represent, what I feel my channel represents, and why I do what I do is the inclusion and the acceptance of everyone wholeheartedly, right? And so the backlash of what was the comments about, you know, their decision to include that was their decision, that's their work. You don't have to accept it. You don't have, but to, and you are entitled, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But as much as we're entitled to our own opinion, there's also the idea of respect of other people and what they have to offer. And so just because it's something that you didn't like, you can by all means do whatever you want, right, with it. But the fact that the backlash and of what people were saying and the negativity, because they're allowing their trauma of whatever to get in the way of that, and then, to me, disrespecting the artists, the creators, for what their position is, and other people who may appreciate that. That's the part. And the fact that Serafina felt that she had to even justify herself, that was the other part that sort of saddened me, where that was concerned. Because to me, what they've created is profound. What the work that and the energy, the love, that the labor that was put into this work is what is to me is to be appreciated and loved for what it is. Whether it agrees with you or not, that's a you problem. And trying to figure out, you know, how to overcome, you know, and make peace with that. That's up to the individual person. But when we're going around now trashing people for their choices, no, I don't appreciate that. And I feel like it goes against the whole idea of what, to me, the story represents. What, you know, and just in general, you know, we are as beings, right? the other aspect to that was while I was listening to this extensive reading of this card, and I think this is mainly because I had to or not had to. I recently saw there was I think it was a documentary film on Netflix, and it's about the story of Moses and Pharaoh and all of that stuff. And as you were reading that, the story, and about Pooh and the chocolate pentacle, and I'm thinking, and the voice that he was listening to, and I'm thinking, that's not far off from the story of Moses when he went up on that hill, and then there was this like burning bush that was glowing and it was talking to him, right? And I was like, okay, so Pooh is basically hearing the voice of God, essentially, just like Moses did on right? So that's where my mind went, and I was like, okay, sure. But I'm sure in any culture, anything, I'm sure there's a relatable story that kind of parallels itself to the story of Winnie the Pooh and that, right? And so that was the other thing that for me was really meaningful, and meant a lot, like to hear you even like read that, and then the fact that it just wouldn't stop, and I was like, damn, like they really did like they really went in depth, like, yeah.
They
And so
did.
I
The
continue to
PDF is
be very
508
amazed.
pages. They went in depth. The PDF is 508 pages.
Jesus Christ. So yeah,
I can only
there you
imagine
go.
what that'll be in physical form. How many pages that will be? That's just a PDF. Imagine like the
Right?
physical book.
So
I would
now,
assume maybe it's the same
now
thing.
that's why
508
I also believe that, like, when Seraphina said the book wouldn't fit based on the dimensions, I'm like, okay, well then,
Yeah, now you know why.
It's gonna be thick.
Yeah, so
Thick with two C's.
absolutely. So I love that, and just the spirit of community and, eclecticness and togetherness and accepting people for who they are, including ourselves, right? Because we're people too at the end of the day. We all are, a reflection of each other. So, yeah, that's amazing. That is amazing. And I humbly, thankfully, wholeheartedly say thank you to Seraphina and her family, because even just sort of reading back on them, this is a family run business, right?
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, so and that too is something that I feel is very beautiful, and and I'm touched by that. So and that I'm excited for them and everything else that they have coming because of that. So yeah.
Yeah. They'll definitely have huge success. They had huge success with their Kickstarter, with the Wisdom of Pooh Kickstarter. I'm sure they'll have plenty of success with everything else to come, in my opinion,
Yeah, for
because
sure.
that was like
Yeah.
a huge Kickstarter for them. That thing got funded in like, I don't even know, a minute, 2
Instantly.
minutes. Yeah, it was like so quick. I was like watching. I was literally watching it, and it was just going and going and going. And then I like refreshed once, and it was already funded. And I was like, oh, okay, it's been like a minute. It's been live. Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, damn, they had like they did an amazing job, and yeah. So, and this was so much fun. It's always fun with you guys. Like it's never a dull moment, right? So I wanna to thank you guys wholeheartedly for this. Like this was amazing, and Brittany, we have to sit you down and figure out some more nostalgic things for you, because
Yeah, gotta watch
yeah,
Mary Poppins with Julie
Yeah.
Andrews and Dick Van Dyke.
You will not be the first to try to get me to watch things that I probably should have already watched.
Yeah. Especially since you have Disney Plus. At least watch that. Like, plus, it's not even that long of a movie anyway.
No.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I'll add it
if
to
you
the
have
list.
Disney Plus, let me tell you, me and my piggies are ready to tell you and give you all kinds of suggestions on things that you should watch, and that keep coming out. I have a list already, so you know whenever you are ready, you just and I will tell you.
Okay.
Well, don't worry about me. I'm not going to go that far. Just watch Mary Poppins. I'll be happy.
Okay. It sounds more achievable.
Yes, for sure. Especially since it's like what, an hour and a half? It's under 2 hours for sure because it's a Disney movie. So
Yeah. So, what are you looking up there, Missy?
I'm sorry.
Brittany, what are you looking up?
Nothing. I'm actually just distracting myself. I'm just like scrolling through stuff. While I was listening, I was like, "Oh, my brain can't do one thing at a time, so I had to do something else while I was listening to Sil talking." It sounds crazy,
reading.
I know, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, I hear you because that's exactly how my brain operates too. So, yeah, I'm very much like that as well. So,
But that was so fun. I'm so glad we're finally doing this. It's been long overdue.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
um, let's see. Block and block. There we go. So yeah, I'm glad that this came together. I love doing these, kind of trifecta discussions on tarot and being able to talk through the different perspectives and the different things that we like in the exact same deck.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm being summoned by my cat, so it's time I think that we end our live stream. So with that being said,
Yep.
Alana, do you have anything fun coming up on your channel?
Yeah, so actually, so one of the things just sort of with Winnie the Pooh, like a and the Wisdom of the Pooh, like I had if you haven't checked out my video that I did with Drea and her books with the tarot activity book, check that out because I feel like that her books and how in depth that they go into when it comes to shadow work and alternatively doing like introspection and things like that. I feel
Mhm.
like and again too, sort of stepping off of that what you shared with us from the big guidebook. I feel like Winnie the Pooh, this deck, Wisdom of the Pooh, would be a perfect deck when it comes to working in adjacent with the terror activity and stuff like that, because it's a lot of story based and there's a lot of the idea of diving into tarot outside of the aspect of fortune telling, if you will, right? And really taking it into the idea of introspection and journaling and things like that and healing. So I really like that. I have some other decks that have recently come into my collection. That one which is from Andrews McNeil. It's by R.H. Sin. It's the latest I think I forget what the deck is called. It's
Mhm.
but yeah, so I have that to do. And R.H. Sin is one of my favorite poetry authors out there, especially when it comes to like new age poetry.
Mhm.
So I feel like his poetry books, along with even now the fact that he came out with a sort of oracle deck, reflection deck, I think would be amazing. So I have that. And then actually um Priscilla and I have another joint video we're going to be doing next
Yeah, we're
weekend.
gonna be filming something for your channel.
Yeah, and so it's so I'm really excited about that, and you know, I have allergies, so I'm not a pet person. I don't have cats and I don't have dogs or any other pets, except the ones that are included in my tarot and oracle decks. Those are the only pets that I would have, plus the piggies that run around in my head all the time. And so that's coming up. It's the cat and dog tarots.
Yeah,
So we
by
both have that.
Megan Lynn Cott.
Yes. So that's cool. And I can't wait for that. So yeah.
Oh, nice. Wonderful. So what do you have coming up?
I have no idea. I'm behind in everything. I'm behind in everything. I've been putting up all the decks from Sacred Scribe because I was behind. They were supposed to go up last month.
Yeah.
And things have just been really chaotic and things. So yeah, I have a bunch of things I still need to film. There's other videos I need to put up from Wiser books that I still haven't put up. So I need to do that. So I don't know, everything's a mess, honestly. I haven't been able to get back into my upcoming releases, so I need to do that. And that's going to take forever because I want to do like March, April. I have everything from March, sort of April, and I have to like collect stuff from May. So I want to do like the 3 months since I haven't put up a video in like 2 months of those because everything's been crazy. So
Yeah.
there's that I need to film. There's a lot going on, honestly. So I have no idea, but I'm going to try to get up something tomorrow. Probably the Rosebud Tarot since I still need to put that up, but
Oh yeah,
just follow the channel. Things will get posted. that's
honestly mood.
yeah. Actually, I just as you talk, we're just saying, talking about your upcoming releases and things like that,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking maybe future in a couple of months we can, or a few months, whatever, maybe we can do another collab where we go through all the upcoming decks of what we're excited about. We can do like a joint, like how we're doing, like a live, like this.
Oh yeah, we could probably do something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
Yeah.
We can look at stuff that's coming up if you want to do that.
Yeah.
I just have to like get my list like, done before that.
Yeah. So yeah, like I think that would be really cool. So yeah. And Priscilla, your background is always tempting.
I know.
Because
I
I
have
can
so much
just
stuff
see
behind
all
me.
the decks and all the stuff behind
Well,
you.
mostly you see the books, and then the tarot is there. The oracle you can't even see. The oracle is on this side.
Oh.
Yeah, but there's other videos that you do that you can see them clearer, and so
Yeah.
it's you really know how to tempt my piggies.
Yeah, you should look at the stack that's next to me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hay House and then Running Press. That's literally the stacks that are here.
Okay, sorry.
I haven't filmed them yet.
Can you pan back? What's that top one there? That looks like a tin.
It's the Rose Pocket Oracle.
Okay.
They came out with the pocket version. This is my favorite from her. This one's my favorite out of all of the ones that she's released. This one's by far my favorite. So I'm really happy that they brought it as a tin version.
And I'm not having any FOMO because because of you, I already have that one. So.
Yeah. Well, she has another deck coming out.
I know. I saw that. That's in June. I'm still waiting. Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Ancient Stones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I still have the paper on it. I haven't even opened this yet, but I love it. This is like one of my favorites.
That's awesome. Yeah. I need the divine.
I have a rosary that goes with this deck, but the full size. But I'm going to use it for this deck specifically.
Ooh. Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I bought
And what
one
about
for Mother
you,
Mary.
Miss Brittany? What's
Yes.
upcoming for you?
Well, you've been gone for a while because of moving, but
Yes. I'm so backlogged in literally everything. So I'm gonna have the official unboxing of the Pooh Tarot coming up. I still need to edit, so I don't know when I'll actually get it up, but it is in the pipeline. And then I have a bunch of running press things that I need to actually do an unboxing of, and just kind
me
of
too.
like a original talk through of everything.
Ooh.
So you can look forward to that. And then eventually, like a little further down the pipeline, I'm still working on trying to find both like ideas and time to do kind of bring more witchy stuff back to the channel. I feel like I've been talking about this for forever, but I still want to do it. It's on my to-do list.
Nice.
Yeah, you should do that spell series that you were talking to me about.
Yeah, I should
because you have the spell deck, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I do. So I should do that because I like the concept of that. I just haven't sat down and like recorded stuff.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. That would be really interesting in my opinion, especially someone like me who doesn't like do spell work or anything. Like I would love to watch that series, honestly.
Oh. Well,
yeah, I think it would be so cool. Because I have that deck too. I just don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
Right. So that's I guess that could create some ideas.
Yeah.
For sure, on like things you can do with it, or like how to make it more your own, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I should restart it. I do have one that I kind of started the worksheets of, but I haven't actually recorded it yet.
Okay.
Okay. I will say
so I do want to do it.
I will say there's one more thing that I think that I've sort of started doing, and this is more so on Instagram. So I've started hosting some lives every couple of weeks,
Nice.
and where I'm just doing collective readings, just having like a chit chat about maybe the latest decks or what is currently in rotation for me, and then maybe pulling some cards too, where that is concerned. So I kind of started that mainly too because coming on live on YouTube, other than, with the help of beloved Brittany, I don't, going live is not, I find that whole task sort of intimidating, especially because you've got to use like a different app to like set it up and and
I feel like StreamYard is probably the easier one in my opinion.
Yeah,
and it's free to use.
Set it up all in YouTube. I only use Restream because of stuff like this.
Yeah, I think there's an option to just go live on YouTube. Isn't there?
If you're not gonna have like guests on, you could just go live on YouTube.
Yeah, if you're not gonna have guests.
If you're not gonna have guests, if you don't want like the elaborate like
backgrounds or themes or anything, I think it's just plain,
and
right?
stuff, then you can just go live.
But the thing is, I like those things, so that's the other thing too. Because I like seeing those things. So when people are doing it, I'm like, how do they do that?
Yeah, I think Violet uses. What does she use? Stream something.
She might use StreamYard.
No, she doesn't. She uses something else.
Who are you talking about?
Remember.
Another YouTuber.
Before we delve into this, let's go ahead and end the live so you guys don't have to listen to us babble about figuring out the back end of YouTube. So we will catch you guys next month. If you have ideas for the next live stream topic, make sure you comment below, let us know, or reach out to us on Instagram or something.
Oh, I thought we were going to do the one we were supposed to do last month.
We were.
Oscars, Golden Globes. I don't remember.
That's one of the like movie
tarot awards.
Tarot tag. I just don't remember the name of the hashtag.
Yeah, it's by Fairlight Tarot. That I do remember.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll be back in June to do that one, and then for anything outside of that, if you have ideas, let us know.
Yeah.
And make sure you're following everybody. Follow me, Sil, and Alana on YouTube.
Everything is
Instagram.
in the description box.
Thank you. Everything is in the description box. So
as always, yes.
So thank you
Absolutely.
guys so much for watching. We will see you next time. Bye.